Welcome to the Dungeon House, where a bunch of regular people with regular jobs gather to play Dungeons and Dragons. We aren't professionals, so if you hear food ASMR or a baby in the back, just understand it's normal. This show is recommended for those 13 and up. The music you'll hear is brought to you by William Heaton and various other artists. We're glad that you're here to share in the fun and laughter, as well as the challenges along the way. So come on into our home, take a seat on the couch, and enjoy the Dungeon House.
Code execution. What the?
Okay, well, maybe I'll go see.
Say it's definitely worth a watch. And if you like the original one, like you're not going to be like disappointed. Like, oh wow, they changed the story. It's the same story. It just looks different.
Okay.
It looks like CGI. I will say the first time you see Toothless, he does kind of look like Mewtwo. That's a fact. Faith said he looked like Mewtwo. I said he looked like Voldemort. It gets better throughout the movie, though. It does. It's not as like, oh, that's a CGI face right there.
Yeah, honestly, the dragons look good. They didn't look cartoonish.
I think the only one that threw me off was Toothless. All the other dragons look fine.
Yeah.
For some reason, the one that you're not supposed to mess up, they kind of at first was like, what the heck? Does this guy look goofy?
Well, like a savage, which I think was
The point? Yeah.
like.
That's true, because he does kind of have a Stitch-esque vibe.
So they both got the kind of flat oval face with the big ears and
Yeah.
the big eyes.
Speaking about live-action movies, I heard it was not... Mohana does not mean family. It means... Are we online? I think we're online. We're online. Maybe I should save my opinions for...
I will say that
What is that?
I have a slew of PE related shirts that I don't have a use for anymore, so I'm just gonna start wearing them out and about.
At all? Like, wait.
Can you talk, Brandon? I just want to make sure that
Where are
you're
you
coming in
going?
loud and
I'm
clear.
done. I can't like
Hey.
classes and
That's pretty good. It's pretty good. How's the front runner?
It's great.
just are not online.
Sure.
Days when it just suddenly like stops for an hour.
Especially when you're in your commute.
Yeah,
Gotta love that.
I'm stoked to get home and it just stops right before the Provo station for like 30 minutes. And I'm like, I could literally walk home and be there sooner than
This.
this.
But you never know, it might start up in the next minute and then it would make it's
Sorry for being late, guys. We have a nephew who's turned 1 today, so we're having a little celebration. And Jess's mom made this, and it's
what is it?
pollo or chicken tostada.
Oh.
Yeah.
Everything's like homemade because
I've never toasted my you can say I stop right there as well.
This is Jeannie.
Oh, why did I grab you the wrong character?
I'm not playing princess.
You're not Fire Princess. Oh yeah.
David texted me on my way here, and he was like, "I'm not gonna be able."
Oh.
He got called into work, I guess.
Oh,
That sucks.
Ouch. He's gonna try and listen though, so he may or may not be.
He's going to be here in spirit.
Yep.
Well, that's okay. I think we all are in our own way, shape, and form.
The sad thing is, we use him for everything.
you don't go there.
Oh, I literally carrying the party last session. Get you guys where you need to be. It's okay. We can do this. We've done it before without Elia. We can do it again. It's just gonna be a little harder.
We'll just spend more time role playing.
Oh, weird.
Oh.
Weird. Like, we just stayed in the same room.
For the 3 hours we played last.
Y'all know that we are playing next.
I did not know that.
Yes. Next week is no go.
Cool. Friends.
Next week, some of us are going to Bear Lake.
Oh yeah.
So we will not be playing. We will cry about it, but it's okay.
All right. Wow. What the heck was that?
I just
Is that a new feature?
yeah. Well, it's like just Apple devices have that for some reason. I don't know what else you can do. Maybe. Yes. The love.
Whoa,
It's not working.
that's cool.
Do the
I don't
thumbs
know.
up again. I want to see the thumbs up.
I don't know why it does that because it knows I'm giving. You can see I'm giving. Why does it have to give another one? So dumb.
I love that. Now I just kind of want to join in on my iPad so I can do it. So I can be a cool kid. But anyways. Alright, do y'all remember what happened last time?
We staked a vampire.
You guys, I don't know if you staked
We
it.
staked the vampire.
You did stake it?
I think someone staked the vampire.
I looked around for a piece of wood that I could sharpen and stake.
You staked it
Sorry.
and then threw him in boiling mud. I do remember that.
I have to say one thing. And I was listening to a YouTube video, so I'll be super brief about it. But most characters in like a fantasy world would know there are certain monsters that most people just have general knowledge of how to kill something.
Sure.
And like vampires is definitely one of them, right? Like I don't know, I was just thinking about it because like think about our own world that doesn't actually have vampires. All of us know how to kill a vampire.
Yeah.
Theoretically.
You ask them to not come in your house. And they
That
can't.
works. But like in a world where something like that would actually exist, people would actually know.
Except if it's not part of their culture. There's no vampires in the
Yeah.
desert.
But there's hello, the chupacabra.
That's true.
That's a
That's a-
chupacabra, not a vampire.
That's a type of
Do
vampire.
we know how to kill one?
Not a
Say that again, Brandon. You
I've
can't
never
cut
learned
out.
how to kill a chupacabra. I've never learned that.
I feel like if I stabbed it with a wing steak.
If I stabbed it enough, if I just keep going, it would probably.
Maybe everything's a vampire, and we just stake everything with a wooden stake.
Just throw stuff.
I was in a English class called Literary Monsters. And my professor believed that every single monster that we see in literature from from a point onward is a copy or a variant of either Dracula or Frankenstein.
I can see that.
Yeah.
What about a gelatinous cube?
Frankenstein.
Yeah. So it's either undead or dead brought back to life or something like that. Some variant. Anyways. I don't know if I
Gelatinous
believe
cube,
that entirely,
Jello that
but I can see it in
became
a lot of
sentient.
things, you know.
Spicy Jello.
Well,
That's silly.
in your monster class, you wrote about Shrek.
I did write about Shrek in my monster class. I did a full presentation and 10-page paper about Shrek.
That's awesome.
It was awesome.
I want to take a
Hey,
monster.
yeah.
How come you guys have monster classes?
Because we're at SU, and it's better than doing maybe.
I think it is. I don't want a monster. I want a monster class.
For our English 2010 class, which like I think every major needs.
Do you want me to cut
It's a
this?
general.
It's a general. You can choose like what the class is like themed. So, and then that's like what you end up writing a paper about at the end of it and stuff like that. And a lot of the stuff surrounds about learning about the literary stuff about this particular topic. So there's like Faith, you did.
I've helped people register for these classes. There is writing about masculinity, rhetorics, pro wrestling. Mine was pop culture, because I studied culture, monsters.
Mine was home.
Home?
That was like just writing about like home.
Yeah, I got the best one. Monsters.
But I only had to write like 3 pages.
That's okay. I can write more pages about Shrek than just. Let me tell you what.
I made
I didn't even get to the second movie. I'm just saying.
where I made a vampire zine.
Ooh.
That's
Keep that.
cute.
That's so. Brandon, wait. Is that you?
Yeah. Looking into a mirror.
That's cool.
That's awesome. That's so cool.
Yeah, this book is kind of edgy.
What else is in there? You've piqued my interest now.
There's this page that says I would absolutely kiss a vampire if given the opportunity. There's this bat.
What's the third pizza?
Is that a carved stamp? That looks sweet.
All of these are carved stamps.
Oh no way, that's awesome.
This one is just like garlic.
Garlic. The steak.
This one's pretty edgy.
Oh, that one is. The vampire in need. I need.
That's the title.
That's awesome.
It's edgy, I know.
That's probably one of my favorite things I've seen all day.
Not your wife?
I said one of your favorite things. My favorite thing is my wife.
Okay.
Oh. You have so many. Where's my coffee?
You can have a copy.
I fully expect next time I see you.
Class.
Oh, for your letter class?
Dude, that's awesome.
So it's all like handset lead type.
That's awesome.
Pretty stoked.
Anyway, so yeah, we staked a vampire.
You guys did stake a vampire.
I forgot that's what we were talking about.
And then you guys found a hammer who was hoping to turn one of you guys into a
A
dwarf.
hammer. Not like I was like, we found like a hammer?
Yeah, you found Whelm, the hammer. You know, the legendary artifact Whelm, wielded by the dwarves of eons past. It's whatever. Anyways, he was pretty dead set on you guys killing some giants and goblins and protecting some dwarves. But no one wanted to.
We actually did the opposite and killed the dwarf.
Yes, you
But he
did.
was a vampire.
But he was a vampire by that point.
Yeah.
And he was so sad. It's like, no, we have some history. Ah.
Anyway, and then you guys started. You went back to the Sphinx on the path thrice, and instead of going the middle one, you went onto the left side. So you did right, left, and then after you finish the left one, you'll have to go back to the center one.
Yep.
Yeah. Anyway,
We had to go through like a tunnel that was like just heating any metal. That was pretty. Yeah. Microwave tunnel. And then Opal and Ren killed it with thralls. They were not thralls. They were, what were they? Ghouls or something?
Ghouls. They just decimated some ghouls.
Yeah.
And there's some stairs up from the ghoul room, and I think that's where we ended. Okay. So, to kind of set us back into the spotlight, where we're at, you guys just slayed a bunch of ghouls that came out of a secret door. They're all kind of half floating in the 1 foot of water. They're leaking a little bit. It's kind of gross. Hopefully this place drains every once in a while. If not, it's going to get a little stagnant in here. There's stairs heading up. You guys want to keep heading forward or go back through the microwave room or hall?
Let's go back at some point.
I think at this point everyone has gotten through the microwave.
Yes, we all got to the point. I think we brought all the gear with us that we could.
Yeah.
Wait, how did we get through? Did we leave gear back?
No, I think we grabbed it all because
Mac left anything that was metal. But I'm assuming
I think we grabbed everything when we casted.
Vortex Warp?
No, it was the thing that made it cold. Ice storm.
Oh, Ice Storm, yes. I think you guys did.
We were able to run. We had a brief moment of free time to run
Yeah.
and do.
You chilled your
Golem also had stuff. It was kind of a
Yeah.
pack mule, right?
Yeah.
Flesh Golem. He had plenty of things to carry. All right.
Yeah.
You have some pizza.
Elia, you look a little peckish.
Yeah, I mean, probably.
Maybe it is best that you just wait here and we will continue on.
Are you sure? I mean, I'll just, yeah, okay. I'll just be here at the stairs. If you guys need anything, though, come back if you do.
And it's 17 health
Stay
points.
safe.
Just so everyone else.
I can cast Cure Wounds. I do know Elia has Cure Wounds.
David, if you're listening, text McKay and say I casted Cure Wounds, and give us a number.
Give us a
Give us a number. It could be any number. Just give us a number.
Just pick one.
Yeah, just pick one.
Anyway, he probably won't text.
That's okay. I can give a number. I could do that.
Could give a number.
Anyways, all right. You guys could also. I think you still have one. Or did you guys use both your short rests? I think you have.
No, we've taken a long rest since then.
Oh yes, you have all your short rests.
We're full set to continue
Yeah,
on.
if you guys want to take a short rest, you can.
I guess that's true. Yeah. If, Mac, do you want to take a short rest? We can take 10 minutes.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. Take 10 minutes and I will use some hit dice. I've already used 3 of them.
Okay. I'm actually doing pretty good. I will just, examine my new property and find ways that I can turn this room into something, nice for Vas Vegas while everyone is resting.
What is this Vas Vegas we've been talking about?
He just left.
Vas Vegas.
You do need to ask them, not me.
Yeah,
This is-
I will ask them. I'll ask Mac when he leaves to go get stuff for Vas Vegas. I'm like, what?
Yeah,
Thing.
so you weren't here, but Elia and Red bought some land out here. Specifically this mine, and Elia bought another one, and they have plans to turn this into a vacation spot. Elia was a little bit more sensible and said that, the Vigil had wanted to put an outpost out here, but then Ren totally ran the other direction. They decided they'd make a resort of some kind out here. In the middle of the desert for no reason.
Still have the Vigil outpost here. I mean, it'll be good for traffic, People want to make sure that they are well protected whenever they're spending money,
Could you hear?
Yeah. So, question: if you own this mountain, you own
Yeah,
this dungeon, a portion of it. I'm just wondering, like, why are there other people in here trespassing on the property?
Yeah, why are you trespassing?
Well, they are trespassing. This is a new acquirement. I'm having to kick people out now. This is me going
Oh,
through.
that's why we're down here. Okay, that makes sense.
Yes. That is one of the reasons that we are down here. Just trying to do our best.
It's Lord Farquaad. He's kicking people out of their homes.
Fairy tale creatures. Okay. Well, yeah. Cool. Sounds good. I think that sounds good. I have no objections.
Okay.
As you guys walk up the stairs, you come up to hallway ahead of you. The stairway comes up and then it kind of curves around, and then you enter in a hallway. And this is what you see. The path to the west is broken by a sizable gap, and you can see the glint of metal at the bottom of the opening. The floor beyond this area has a silvery sheen. In the distance, you can see another hole beyond which a patch of floor that adjoins the western wall. So, to kind of describe it, you'll come out onto like a little porch in this hallway, and then there's a hole which you can see something shiny at the bottom, and then there's a big gap, or there's a hole, and there's a big part of the floor, and then another hole, and then another gap. Maybe I'll just show you on the map. That might make this a little bit clearer.
Let's see that map.
All right, you can see. So here's where you guys are at. Just came up here. Here's where you're going to be standing. Right here. There's a hole, then some hall, another hole.
So we can jump over those holes. So it's like, or just even just step.
The holes are about 5 foot, so you'd have to jump to get across.
But you said that in one of them we see something shiny.
Yeah, this is what you see at the hole right next to you. Because it's kind of dark down there. You see the glint of metal at the bottom of this opening. The floor beyond this area has a silvery sheen, so that middle section, and in the distance you can see the other hole. And beyond which is a patch of floor that joins the western wall. And down there you can see what looks to be a door.
Is the silvery floor, is it like mirror-like? Like, is it like totally reflective, or is it just like metal?
Make a perception check.
Will do.
If Elia was with us, we could have dancing lights.
19.
I have light.
It doesn't look like it's made out of metal. It looks like maybe there's something covering the floor. Maybe like some sort of lamination or some sort of substance
I
on
think it's like
the...
slippery, maybe.
You could assume that.
I'm thinking like we jump and then it's like whoa, and then we fall into the pit. That's kind
Maybe.
of what
You could definitely try it.
Should I try it? Or do we want to try to get this shiny?
I think that we are just trying to maybe go to the other door, but 5 feet is a big jump for me. That is hard to do,
I could jump 5 feet. Easy. I can do that, I think. How deep is the pit?
You all like you're dumb. Like it's 5 feet.
You see a little bit of a glint from up here.
You will.
And then you can kind of see what looks to be the bottom. Maybe like 10 feet deep.
Okay, not bad.
It's only 10 feet deep.
Yeah. For the pit. Right next to you.
But there's a thing on the other side. So 5 feet across, there's another just section of hallway.
Right.
Yeah.
Did I use Donnie like one of those like sticky hands? And like get a long portion of him and like put him down there and then grab the thing.
Literally jump 10 feet.
No, this is like in the
Down.
Oh, do you want to jump down the
I
pit?
can literally jump 10 feet high.
Fair.
So,
If you want to use
Spikes at the bottom. That's why I didn't go down.
Yeah, I'd say so. Why not?
Funny,
It sounds like fun.
part of your pardon. Why do I have to stab something?
Wait, so does he use Donnie?
Yep.
Why am I doing that?
Is that what you're doing?
Yep. That's what you're doing.
This is what you are doing.
I like that. Should I make Donnie make a check?
Yeah. Make a check of some sort. I don't know what kind of check you'd make.
Great.
Sure.
20.
20.
It's a Donnie made 20.
Donnie goes down there. Comes back. You know how Donnie kind of, like when he gets cut up, he just kind of separates a little bit?
Yeah.
He's looking a little bit shredded.
No. I try to put him back together.
He kind of finally like sticks back together a little bit. He needs to make a Constitution saving throw.
Good thing I didn't jump down there.
Okay. You rolled it.
Oh, but we have a bunny in there.
Get Donnie up here.
I lost leg.
That's 14.
Opal, you would be within 10 feet, right?
Yeah.
Is Donnie your ally, Opal?
Ah.
Yeah.
Which is good because you wouldn't have passed if Opal's not
I like
standing
to
here. He almost contracted super tetanus.
Super tetanus?
So you don't know what that means, but you kind of get that vibe from him that he almost got lockjaw.
I'm like, this is like tetanus the worst.
Yeah, this is super tetanus. I love that name.
That's so funny.
Super tetanus.
Ultra tetanus plus.
Also.
I don't think this thing is worth it. Unless if we can get that and then use it to give other things super tetanus. That's maybe cool. Like a poisoned blade. Do we want to try to do that?
Nah, I'll just keep going.
I do not know how do you plan on getting that?
Can't Mac jump 10 feet? I thought he said that.
No.
It's weird. This leg just locked up for no reason.
Pointing to the mechanical leg.
Okay. Well, then if nobody wants it, we can leave it. It probably is just like a rusty nail or something.
Well,
Super rusty
it
nail.
looked like it was the full floor, though, right? Or was it an item?
It didn't necessarily look like an item. Like it's hard to tell. You have to jump down there to look.
No thanks.
You have to jump down there and get super tetanus to find out.
Yeah, there's only two options. Leave it or jump down there and get super tetanus. The choice is yours.
I say we leave it.
Okay,
Ren, you're pretty smart, I think. You should probably be leading us through this next section.
Well, I was just gonna jump over and see if I slide into the other pit. I don't have a real plan. You know what? I think I'm just gonna jump and see what happens.
all right. Okay, you jump. You can just jump 5 feet. You got enough strength.
Yeah.
You get a little bit back. You leap over the thing. As soon as your feet hit, super tetanus. So, yeah, you grab it automatically. No. As soon as your feet hit the other side, they slip out from underneath you. This is frictionless. And you're frictionless. Yeah. There's no stopping you now. So actually, I'll let you make a dexterity saving throw to see if you can land on your feet and keep upright.
Is this considered a trap?
Yeah, this is considered a trap.
Okay, I'm great against traps. Okay, 19 or 7.
The 19 will pass. You are on your feet, barreling down, skidding kind of like you would do on ice, except better because ice still has friction. I need you. What's your do? You got 30 feet until you get to the next edge. What's your plan? What are you doing?
Well, I think all I can, because I can't stop. I just need to like crouch and then like make sure I jump because I'm still going pretty fast.
Like a speed jumper,
I just need
but
to
without
make sure I jump.
You get
And
the
make-
pop.
Yeah, I need to get that pop. 'Cause I am still technically as fast as I ran to jump. Like I never slowed down.
Yeah, you're still doing it. The
What about
biggest
the
thing is
speed?
just see if you like you don't want to like angle too far forward and jump because maybe you'll lose a little of that power.
Yeah.
I think we need another some sort of check to see if you can make the next jump.
I would love another dexterity saving throw, personally.
I bet you would. We're going to do something different. We'll probably do this either a strength or dexterity check. You could also use your athletics or acrobatics.
Okay.
How much, like, is this a reaction to do anything, or do
You
you
could-
have time to do something?
You could give him bardic inspiration.
a bardic inspiration.
What do you say to him as he's gliding? Like the rock in
Don't
curling.
Don't sleep.
Oh, wait.
Perfect. That's really funny. I will say, bend with your knees, not your back.
You
Yeah, I
have
do my back, and I'm like, oh, sorry.
you get your lower hips underneath you. All right, make that check.
You have a bardic inspiration if you need it.
Remind me what that inspiration does.
It is a D8.
Do I have to use it like before I get the result?
You have, I think you can have up until 10 minutes. I think it
You can
lasts
use it
10
whenever you
minutes.
want, and you can use it after you've rolled.
I can use it after I rolled. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go acrobatics because I have a +1 to that. I'm gonna roll a d8 for my bardic inspiration. Okay. 2 + 1 + 6. That's a 9. Right? That's like a 20.
Wow.
That's
It's
almost
like
an average roll.
it's all the way up until right at the end, where you go to do the jump beforehand. Your feet slip out from underneath you. You just didn't have a perfect jump.
So
Yeah.
bad.
Right on your face and slide. Yeah, it's kind of bad because you slide with your face on the frictionless ground, and then your head first as you collide into the wall on the other side and still fall into the pit.
No.
I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Don't have anything that will help.
Let me roll your damage for as you find yourself in a bunch of rusty, like razor blades.
Am I making this to resist a trap?
Yes, you are.
That's what I like to hear. 20 or 13.
You do not contract
Wow.
super tetanus, and you
Tetanus.
just normal. You probably need to get your tetanus shot. when you do.
Yeah, just
You take 3 points of slashing damage,
Yeah.
and
Tetanus.
you're coming out like they're just rusty razor blades in the bottom of it.
like I just walked through a briar patch.
Except they're rusty razor blades.
The blender dimension. I'll say don't worry guys, it's not that bad once it's not as bad as you think it would be. Just make sure you actually time the jump right.
Do
It's harder
you
than it-
do you have any like rope or anything?
Nope.
Oh,
I told you I left all my stuff back at my camp.
That's right. Do you take some rope? We can hold on to it on this side.
Yeah.
You are a bunch.
Attach my net across the pit, maybe.
That's
I don't have that.
That would be
Well,
awesome, though. I
can
love
you-
that idea.
Can you hold this and I'll I don't know who you gave the rope to, whether you gave it to me or whatever.
And
Yeah,
let him skip through my
Can you just hold on to this side of the rope? Mac is going to run and jump again with the other end of the rope.
All right, Mac. Also, it's not hard for you, Ren, to get up from the razor blade pit. You're able to get out.
Nice.
Okay. What kind of rolls are these? Dexterity?
First one's a dexterity saving throw
Okay.
to land, and then the next one is either athletics or acrobatics to make the next jump.
Okay, here we go.
And it's a little bit easier of a check than what
Because we saw.
you got to see what happened to Ren.
Yes. Okay.
Hey, you're welcome.
Saving throw, that's a 12. Do I not do it?
It is frictionless.
Dang it.
You.
She's holding on to the rope.
Yeah,
Can she like?
rope.
You are holding on to the
Yeah.
rope.
Can she like quickly like try to?
I would.
You pull her,
Then you'd also.
and you start coming back the other way towards the pit.
Oh,
Is there
I
some
thought
way
she.
I can... Is there some way I can use the rope to give myself leverage to get back up on my feet?
If she like held the rope enough to have you stop, or at least slow you down a little bit while she pulls on, and you can maybe climb her up. Yeah, try it.
So what would this be?
I will
Opal, I also need you to roll for.
see her struggling. I will cast. I'll look at the rope and I'll say, "Stop moving!"
Perfect.
and I'll
The rope
cast
stops moving.
immovable object on the rope.
You do not need to make any checks now. Since the rope is now a fixed object, you can hold on to it without sliding.
Okay.
I imagine like you're really close to the edge too, and you're like, "Ah!" And right before you go over is when the rope stops you.
Okay, over on the far side.
Yeah, so
Alright,
you're
okay.
close to where Ren is. You just need to make the jump.
Man, this little mine is costing me more money than it is worth.
How much money does it cost to make?
It's 25 every time I make a object immovable.
Okay. I'm going to swoop myself back down the rope, back towards my friends, and then I'm going to propel myself forward, and I'm going to attempt to make it to the other side.
Yeah.
Are you gonna make the rope immovable so I can get it all the
Yes.
immovable again, so I can get it all the way to the other side?
Yes, I'm going to be timing it for when Mac is ready, and then I'll say, "Move again,"
Okay.
as I suppress the spell for a
little
minute. Yeah.
And I can make this an athletics check this time, right?
Yes, you can.
No, we don't.
You probably could have done the check on your hands and knees and still made.
But
Sorry, I'm not doing.
net 20.
Husband.
Plus 7.
You go, you jump, and Ren, you kind of have to like dodge out of the way as you're standing on the other side. You see Mac jump this, and he's going too fast. You see him go in, and he goes through the wall right next to you. Just like disappears through it. Just whoosh.
But it looks like Bugs Bunny
Like,
in Looney Tunes.
Yeah.
Same
Yeah,
thing.
there's like the perfect hole. It's like a person.
No, you go through the wall. Literally, and you realize it's a fake wall. It's illusion. You poke it through 10 feet back is the actual end of the wall. Or maybe it's not. And you're able to stop.
just go right back through.
Jumped, just disappeared.
Stop moving.
And the rope is affixed from one end to another. With that, the two who haven't gone, you probably don't need to make any checks because you can use the rope to help you cross the gaps as well as cross the frictionless.
Sweet. Once we get to the
The immovable rope. Did I hear you say that you spent gold to make it immovable?
well, yes. So
You have like a pay to play spell?
well, you see that sometimes when you need like a little extra power to pull from the like web, you know what I mean? Like the
Microtransactions.
Yeah.
some the gods or whoever it goes to, they don't really teach you this in like wizard school. Really, anything? Maybe they do. I may have been sleeping.
Did you go to Wizards?
I did.
You went to Wizards 101.
I may have been asleep. It was a long time ago. Anyway, yeah, it just kind of takes. Really, it's gold dust is what they are looking for, you know. So,
Same thing, really.
but like the gold dust, it works. It somehow just like takes it out, and it sucks, but it is okay.
It says gold dust, but my definition of gold dust is anything smaller than, a 3x3 inch.
Coins are just big dust. Really.
Exactly. All those coins are made up of little tiny gold dust particles.
In this gold economy, like it's all over the place. So
I will suppress the rope as often as I need to take it with us.
All right. How long does that last?
I want to say an hour.
Are you sure you just don't want to leave it behind?
I guess we could leave it behind.
And we're gonna have to come back through this way anyway.
If you think you'll be
duration, it lasts an hour.
you guys think you'll be back?
If you're okay with leaving your rope, we can leave it here. It is your rope. I don't really carry your rope on.
I'm assuming that since it is 50 foot and the hallway is not 50 foot long, right?
It's like just barely enough. Like if you have it held over 1-to-1 to get 50 foot all the way across.
Dang.
You could just leave it here if you want.
Could leave it.
I'm worried about it falling into the pit.
Well, no, it'll be alright, because we have like an hour. But, like, I'm pretty powerful, you know? Some people may only be able to do it for a minute or something like that, but, I can stretch my magic to last like an hour.
Yeah, because it's only going to take us an hour to go beat a boss. Possibly take a long rest, then come back.
No, you'll be alright. I mean, that vampire dude, if they all someone like that vampire dude, he'll be alright.
He smiles with the memory of getting to slash you.
Super excited for another opportunity.
You don't know that's why he's smiling, but...
All right. You guys enter into the door right next to you guys, which then turns and it looks like it heads down to a T section.
Okay.
One goes towards the left and one goes towards the right.
We'll just look down each hallway. Do they look identical?
The one to your right, the door's only about 20 feet down. To the left, it extends into the darkness, so it looks like it's farther away.
Go, Misty.
Misty will fly down there, and she comes back and explains that it's probably about 60 feet down. There's a door.
Closest door first?
Sure, we can check the closest door. I have to check them anyway, you know?
Yeah, I'll do the whole thing.
Alright, here we go.
All right.
Max is not gonna go first this time.
Ren was leading us through this section, I believe.
Okay. What do you want me to do?
There's a door.
Check for trap.
How did you get so good at
Do I have... I know I have that Dungeon Delver feat thing. What is that? It's something with traps. Hold on. I'm looking. It's
You're good.
something gives me good things. I have advantage on perception and investigation checks made to detect the presence of secret doors and on saving throws. Oh, so it's not to find traps, only to resist traps, which means I'm opening the door.
There's no point in checking. It's better at just feeling it later.
Okay, I'll look at the door. I'll look at the door. I'll perception this door. I actually do have good. Oh, I rolled a 1, so 10.
Why, bro?
It does look like a door.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
it doesn't
opening.
look trapped. It looks just like a nice, solid oaken door. With, yeah,
Wait, did we?
this is hand carved mahogany.
We went through the wall, right? At this point.
No, the door is right before this secret wall.
Oh, we didn't look at the secret wall at all.
Would you like to?
Oh,
Oh, wait, you were actually being serious about that? Yeah, I want to look at the secret wall.
I know we definitely went through that. We're gonna fail off.
You guys could see the door at the end.
Okay, backtrack.
Wait a minute. Let's go back.
we don't know what.
Make a perception check as you guys enter into that a little 10 by 10 room.
Everyone.
Whoever goes back. Oh, you all went back?
Yeah, we all went.
Whoever wants to do the check, maybe do it with advantage since everyone's helping you.
My perception is correct. I'll say that.
I rolled once, and it was a 9, but I can roll again if you guys want to give me an advantage.
You can
Uh-huh.
take it.
All right.
You're so eager.
Well, it wasn't much better. 12.
You don't find anything in this room.
Okay.
Max was like,
Would you like
Is it-
to
is
spend
it-
a little more time in here and look?
Yeah. We'll spend
Yeah,
a little
'cause I
bit
think
here.
okay, not to like metagame here, but it's like, why would there be this secret wall in this dungeon?
I was pretty sick that she like went through this wall. Like,
Red just like goes in, then comes back out. Nothing in there. No, there's something.
Yeah, do a perception check.
I will give you bardic inspiration again.
That's a natural 20 plus.
You got it.
That's 29.
Still nothing.
There's nothing in there.
Are you kidding me?
Really?
I'm not kidding you guys. I'm sorry.
Here's how it works.
dang it.
Red goes in for like half a second, comes back out. There's nothing in there. Ren's like, no, and like raises his hand, dismisses the whole illusion. Is like, oh, there actually is nothing in there.
Is there anything like? Is there another illusion? Like I'm assuming.
No, that's-
just
With a nat 20, though, from what you can deduce, this is to fool people who are trying to maybe attach something to this far wall to help. So they're aiming at the wall,
and then it just
but
goes
just goes
through.
through it. So you're able to get the sense that this is what it is. It's nothing other than that, though. There's no other secrets here. I'm sorry.
Find some like arrows.
Yeah, you do find some arrows. You find what looks to be maybe a crossbow bolt or two. You find a severed hand in the corner. Don't know how that got there.
I did give you bardic inspiration.
I'm trying to hide it from Mac. I'm like, oh, there's nothing in here.
Definitely not.
Ren, you will feel something in your ear.
What's in
What?
there?
You
It's in my
pull
ear,
something
bro.
out, and there's like a card that just comes out of your ear. And you have bardic inspiration now.
Gross.
The
Oh, it's like the handkerchief
the
thing.
handkerchief that just keeps going. How did that get?
And Ren is just so disgusted. Like, how would I let that get in there? That's what that's what inspires him. He's like, I
Yeah,
need to do that.
Yeah, well, it's happening again.
Step it up.
Be more vigilant.
Yeah.
Oh my god!
All right, I'm opening that door.
Yeah, I'm going.
Open that door. You throw the door open. As you look inside this room, water not only flows through this room, it floats. Entering a hole on the western wall, 2 feet off the floor, is a stream seemingly suspended in midair. It flows out of another hole near the northeast. The water is about 3 feet deep. You can see a few blind cavefish being carried along in the brisk current.
So there's a floating river.
Yeah, it's like a floating column of, not column.
Like we open the door and water is above our head, but it's not coming out.
No,
It's just like-
no. It's just like,
It's like someone's water bending.
yeah, it's like
Yeah.
someone waterbending. It's
Okay.
not through the whole room.
Oh, okay.
It's like, I wish I could zoom in.
I don't want to give anything too much.
It's flowing like on the opposite side of the room through like a little channel.
But it's on the air.
Yeah, it's in the air.
Interesting.
You also notice next to you on each side is a number of kayaks or canoes. Yeah, on either side of the door are a total of 6 kayaks. 6 kayaks. Each able to carry 2 riders, but there are no paddles to be found.
Okay, here's what happens. I open the door. I see the gravity-defying stream. I close the door. I say, something's not right in there. Okay, and I'll go in. I think there's obviously nowhere to go except for in the stream. Just take the current.
Well, there
the
is.
holes that are big enough for you, like, I think they're big enough for you to like fit without you being completely submerged.
Well, there is another door, like on the other hallway.
Oh, there is.
Yeah.
Well,
Let's
on the
take-
opposite.
Maybe we go open that door and see where that goes.
Yeah, let's kind of fill out the space.
You can rent the
You
concession.
might have a water rat on your hands.
There are blind cavefish in the water as well.
Look, if I patch up
Like
that
that.
hallway that's a little slippery, fix some of that up. This could be like a real attraction for people, When they come in here, they're like, what? It leads right to the water.
Playing in here, I think they would eat that up, personally.
Yeah. Yes.
Are we hungry? Do we want some fish?
I would practice my surfing skills. That'd be fun.
I will go check the other door real quick.
Yeah, go check that out real quick. I'm gonna check out this stream a little bit. How close to the ground is it? Like, can I reach up and like put my fingers in it, feel around?
No, I imagine it to be like chest height. Like it's not like it's right here, not like up here.
Okay, yeah. So
Oh.
it's like,
I was picturing it.
yeah. I'm gonna I want to put my hand in there and kind of splash around.
It says it's 2 feet off the floor, so it's really not that high.
Oh, it's
It's
even
3
lower
feet
than
deep, so it kind of like it comes up to here.
Well, yeah, I just want to splash. I want to invest it. Like, how is it up? How is it floating?
It's a fairly brisk current. As soon as you like splash some water, the water falls out, but then the current itself kind of keeps going. It's lukewarm. That's nice.
I was gonna ask what the temperature was.
Yeah, no water other than a few drops can escape it.
Is it sanitary?
That looks questionable to me.
Does it have an odor?
Yeah, sniff check.
Yeah, I want to. Perception?
Yeah,
21.
21.
I'll take a little bit and I'll sip it.
So it does taste mostly like mineral water. You get a hint of, like this is a live ecosystem in this stream. There's fish. You do kind of, with a 21, you would sense that there is the taste of probably someone has washed themselves in the stream
Oh, gross.
recently,
Grumpy.
polluting our natural waterway.
I don't like that because I was going to take a drink. I'm thirsty. But not thirsty enough.
Not
I will
thirsty.
say, I think there's someone upstream bathing. Don't ask me how I know. The sixth sense I have.
Get flashed, guys.
I saw a bar of soap float down the river. So just so we know, there's more people in here.
I will open the other door.
I'm going with him.
You're going to go down to the other end.
Just to the other end real quick.
All right. You are looking out and down into an enormous chamber defined by terraces, terrace stepped that ring the entire area and descend towards a central enclosure. A few feet south of the door, water laps at the edge of the stone floor. Looking at the side, you can see that the ring of the terrace that lies beyond is 10 feet. Wait. Looking at the side, you can see that the ring of terrace that lies beyond is a 10-foot deep ring of water held by a nearly translucent wall. Another of these watery steps in the terrace is somewhat lower, and at a level between these aquariums, the terrace steps are dry, but the area is still enclosed by a glassy wall like the others.
Can you rephrase all of that into?
I'll show you a
my
picture.
Yeah,
Let me also show you the room itself. So, scratch that top part. Don't read that.
Right.
You come through the door, and there's a big area, and then there's like an aquarium, kind of like a
and maybe
desert glass enclosure, and then like another aquarium, and then like a bar. It's like terraced, like a negative ziggurat.
Okay.
Here's a picture of it to kind of get a little bit of a sense of kind of what's going on. Like here's the top part, aquarium, deserty looking area, aquarium.
Interesting. You know, it's really weird. It's almost like I get the vibe that this is.
I don't know what you're talking.
I think it's a prison for the fish for sure.
Oh yeah.
It's supposed to be poisson.
So,
It's aquarium and fish. So
well,
I mean, what is an aquarium other than just a
prison for fish. Exactly.
this kind of looks like a dead end, I think.
Well, it looks fun to look in. I mean, are there like exotic fish in there?
Yeah, do we see any exotic fish? Maybe I can make this in a something like a place to visit fish is what I'll call it.
Yeah. Aquarium and prison. That's a catchy name. I think if there's like exotic fish, or even like on like those like earthy areas, if there's maybe if it's kind of like there's like lizards, scorpions, maybe like a desert biosphere.
Do you want to look for some creatures?
He's not there, so just us two, isn't
No,
it?
I think
Yeah,
he
I'm
fell.
sure you're playing in the river. I'm sorry.
Are you
I've been-
I thought you came over. I assumed that after we had opened it for a little bit, that soon after we're like looking at it, you're like, oh, that's what this is.
Well,
But
if you guys say that there's fishies, Ren will come investigate.
yeah, I would have come back and just said, you know, there really wasn't anything in there, just some like dumb fish, probably.
Are you still in here, Matt? While this is going on, Matt, you see something swim in the water near where you're standing.
Is it a scary something?
It looks large. You see a large creature pop its head like some feelers out of the water. It's hard to see because it's dark in here. It looks hungry and it looks like it's expecting something.
It's how large does it look?
Do you want to get closer?
Only we had a severed hand to feed it.
He's not gonna get closer. He's gonna yell through the door. Hey, there's something big in here. Can I kill it?
Sure.
Do you really see that?
I mean, I didn't say if I followed. I was still tempted to ride the ride.
Well, I think I am preferring the ride over whatever this is. I will have gone back towards Ren to be like, there's like fish or something. So
As
I think I'm on one.
a giant crayfish splashes up onto the ground, kind of like this part of the photo that I didn't show earlier.
We want that.
Everyone to roll initiative, as you are the only one in here. Right.
There we go.
No,
Oh.
guys, imagine huge crayfish boil. Huge one.
I rolled the
Catching
whole
the
lot.
meat in those claws.
The juice. The juice.
No, I'm a fan of this. Rolling initiative, yeah.
Yes. No.
Too late, guys. I'm gonna kill it.
It's stat block. And it's like it looks hungry, and you look like live food. It's
Yeah,
favorite
I'm
kind.
hungry.
I'm a little fuzzy thing. How tall am I? Like 3 feet
Is this room
tall.
a prison for him? I feel bad for him.
Him? Maybe not. We'll find out if it's his prison.
Okay, wait. We need to. Okay, if we're gonna eat this crayfish, this crawdad, we need to boil the
Crawdad.
water that he's in before we kill him.
Well, he's not in the water anymore.
Partially.
We need to boil the water and then put him in it. Isn't that how it works? Can't they not die before you boil them? You need to keep them living.
I think so. I think they're more fresh that way, if anything. I don't know. I've never done a crawdad. I've never done the crawdad. Let me just get my stat blocks up. So that way I know what I'm looking at. Oh, that is not what I was expecting.
Uh-oh.
Okay, I just looked it up because I think Ren would know this.
Yeah, you totally would.
What my character would do. It is recommended to cook them alive because it contributes to a better flavor and texture. However, if a crawfish dies shortly before being cooked, it's still often safe and palatable. However, I do think we should maybe, if we can cook it alive, I want to do that.
Better get there fast then. Mac wants to cut this thing.
Look, you can cut into it. Believe me, you can crack those claws right off.
How close back to the room are we?
That's a great question. Give me 1 second. I'm looking for more stat blocks.
More stat blocks?
Yep.
Uh-oh.
You know, we could just like leave the room.
Too late.
I could just ride this.
Mac was told that he could
Ride the waves
He
and
can kill
get all these
himself.
people.
All right. So. And then. Boom. And last but not least, that's okay. All righty. 25 to 20.
22.
I got a 21.
22 and 21. So Opal is first. Opal. And then Ren. 20 to 15.
got 15.
And then 15 to 10. 10 to 5.
9.
9.
Zero, 5.
Red. Alrighty. Okay. You are up first, Opal. So to give kind of a little bit of guidance on what you guys are looking at, each of these blocks are 10 feet. Block.
Yeah.
This is where Mac is at.
Yeah.
This is where you guys are at.
Each block is 10 feet?
Yes.
There's no chance we had started walking back at all.
We're-
Say no.
I don't think so because you were talking. You're about to talk with Ren when I brought this in.
Okay.
And so you guys would be all together in that other. So just so you guys know, you have 10, 30, 50, 70, 80, 90, 100, 110, 120 feet
120 feet?
away from the door into that room.
You healed, right?
Over half.
You didn't heal up all the way?
I only have.
All right.
I used 6.
Okay, you dash. You're halfway there.
Number 12 and
All right.
6.
Ren, you are up next.
Say
Okay.
2 fillets in case.
All I can do is run there, I guess.
Yeah, you're just dashing.
So yeah, I'll dash. I will say though, I was like, if anyone has fire or some way to heat the water, do that. Because guys, it's gonna be awesome.
Oh, I forgot. I need to add that stat. All right. I'll get that up later. Okay. Next up is you notice on that second tier, Mac, are some giant scorpions. There looks to be maybe in total. And seeing the commotion, they're also slowly kind of coming over here. Looks like they can't reach you from where you're at now, but they're over here. They're interested in what's going on.
Guys, there's some more big things over here too.
Okay. Next up is the giant crayfish's turn. It is going to have a multi against you. Right. Wow, that is crazy. All right. First one is a 19 to hit.
Yeah, that is.
That is 4 points of damage. And you are grappled.
Oh, fun.
It's going to do its next attack.
It's gonna move the last time.
The next one is a 12 to hit.
Does not hit.
All right. And you are pulled back into the water with him
Oh.
as you're pulled, as it kind of climbs onto you and drags you into the water. One of the other crayfish also comes up, seeing that this guy's getting fed.
Was another crayfish?
There might be a few.
I think this is a good sign to maybe go for a ride.
And he's going to try to grab you out of the other crayfish. He's also. The first attack, I guess you are restrained now, so I do get advantage.
That's why we should boil the water. We can get them all at once.
And Mac.
And Matt get too.
And Matt,
Throw some rabbit on there.
The first one will miss.
What are the odds they just start fighting each other? Do crayfish like fight each other?
Maybe. They might.
Just put bacon in.
The next one was
Basically what Mac is.
a 20.
That is.
And that is 3 points of damage, and you are pulled out of the first one and into the second one.
How many points?
3. They've been rolling really low on their damage. The other crayfish seem to be far away that they aren't able to reach you on.
Okay.
With that, Mac, it is your turn yourself.
Okay. Okay. Can I so I have extra attack, but if I don't attack, do I not get the extra attack? Can I use my action to break free and then attack, or is that not a thing?
Extra attack is only when you attack.
Okay.
So if you take the attack action, then you can attack.
But it would be
Is the question?
my full action to try and get out of the grapple.
Depends on how the grapple's worded. Sometimes you can. Usually it's a full action, I think.
Let me just read this. This is what grapple does. The grappled creatures becomes, and if the grappler, crayfish, is incapacitated, the condition also ends. The effect removes the grappled creature from the reach of the grappler. Grappling effect. So technically, I don't think
You use your action.
Okay.
Yeah, usually you use your action. Advantage on you, so
Okay.
just so you know, I will not be running it like that again. So
Cool. I am going to attack. I'm going
definitely,
to reckless attack, and I'm going to take a -5 to hit in order to get a +5.
okay.
Sorry, -5 plus 10 damage.
You say you're raging as well? Or?
Yeah, I raged.
Perfect.
Sorry. Forgot to say
That's
that.
good to know. That's good.
Here we go. All right. 24 to hit.
24 will hit.
Okay. $14, so 24 points of damage,
24 points of damage. Dang.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
This is the one that's grappling you currently.
Yes.
Right? Yeah.
And I'm going to hit it again.
Okay. Hit it again.
Here we go. Okay. 19 to hit.
That'll still hit.
Great. Oh, -5. Can I only do that once?
No, that you can do that on any attack.
That's a 14. That probably won't hit.
That will not hit.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I think that's all I can do then.
All right.
Dang it.
Yeah.
Oh, they're gone. Oh, I need to mark off that I using another rage.
Okay. All right.
Hey,
The
did we take a long rest since I used a rage?
Yeah.
I think so. Okay.
Yeah, we're like fully.
unless you raged during the microwave haul.
I don't think so.
I don't know if you did or not. I
I
can't
don't
remember.
think you
So
did.
that's more than fine with me. All right.
Maybe I did.
Next up,
I think I did.
Red, you are up next.
That's it.
Full dash.
Full dash.
Okay. Underneath the water, you can hear what seems to be movement. There's some things on the lower tiers going on. Back up to the top with Opal. You are up.
I'll dash again, and that's my turn.
Opal, you dash and you get into the doorway. You can see the water has splashed down, and Mac is somewhere underneath. That's probably your turn.
Oh, am I under the water now?
Yes.
Oh.
You were under the water from the beginning when you were grappling.
Somehow that didn't register in my mind. I should have then. That's wonderful.
Okay. And I actually don't think I rolled it for how you're supposed to roll underwater
Disadvantage,
combat.
yeah.
Disadvantage.
But it's okay because
Great
you
roll.
had advantage on the grapple. It evens out.
It's okay. It's even now. All right. Ren, it is your turn.
Okay. How close am I to these crabs?
You're where you're standing currently is 70 feet away from the tank.
So, I'll keep running.
Okay. Sprint in there. All right.
Maybe I want to pop off an Eldritch Blaster too. Can I do that? Is Opal in front of me? Can I get around her?
I think you can get around. You can sneak it in.
Okay. So I'll start slowing down so I can... And we can try to just cook these things quickly after, I guess. Okay, I have 2 blasts. One is a 23 to hit. Another's 16 to hit.
A 23 and a 16 to hit.
Yeah.
Both will hit. I'm assuming you're targeting the one that Mac is being grappled by.
Yeah, if it's within range of the hallway.
Yeah.
then yeah.
It's pretty close to the surface.
Okay.
There's a
Okay.
little frenzy
First
going
one
on.
is 6 damage, and the next one is also 6 damage, so 12 damage total.
You guys done 36 points of damage to it in total. Okay. Next up is the crayfish. The one that's grappling you is going to start trying to, eat you.
Munch on me, yeah.
Do some munching.
Yeah.
The first attack. Now it is with advantage because you reckless.
Yep.
That is a 22 to hit.
Yep.
That is 7 points of damage.
Nice.
Halved because you are raging,
Okay.
which is really good. The next hit that it got is a nat 20.
So 3.
I don't know if you heard that.
What?
Nat 20 for the next attack.
We close my other leg.
We'll find out. I will roll here in a second.
You said we're 70 feet away.
Yeah, they're like 10. Opal's 10 feet away. Ren is about
Closer.
40 feet away, and you're 70 feet still.
Yeah.
10 more feet. That is 8 points of damage. Let me roll for your effect. Give me 1 second. It's okay. I'm so sorry.
We like
this is
in the middle.
Yeah, not a good situation to be in. You gain a minor scar. Where do you feel like it's pinching you? Like, where do you want this scar to be?
Is it pinching me or is it biting me?
Oh, it's probably biting you. It's like it's got you in its claws, and it's like,
I'm gonna have like a little chip out of my ear.
oh,
Like
nice.
that.
That's awesome. All right. Yeah, there's nothing that doesn't have any adverse effect. You just have.
Cool.
All right. The other one, though, that was also trying to eat you at the beginning is going to attack you.
Gonna try to rip me out of the hand again.
Mm-hmm. It had 14 to hit.
Does not hit.
For its first attack. The second attack is 18 to hit.
That hits.
And that is 10 points of damage, rounded to 5.
Nice.
Like I said, I was rolling really low the first round.
Yeah.
At this point, the third one has shown up, and it's also looking to try to eat you. You're just kind of getting passed back and forth by which one's grappling you.
This is not good.
It will hit with a 19 with another 10 points of damage, rounded down to 5.
That rage is killer right now.
Wait, sorry. Damage down to
5.
Yeah, and 5
Okay.
points of damage in total. The next attack is a 19 to hit again,
Yep.
and that is only 3 points of damage. Round it down, and we to a 1 point of damage. How you doing on health?
19 hit points.
Okay. It does look like there's more crayfish coming. Just
Yeah. Okay.
These are just the ones that were on this side of the pool.
Yes.
All right. With that, Mac, it is your turn yourself.
Okay. I am going to attempt to escape the grapple.
Okay. Make escaping grapple athletics check.
Nice. Athletics or strength saving throw? What is it?
I doesn't necessarily say, it just says the DC.
Well,
Yes,
it's about
it's-
20, so.
Yeah, you do it. Either or you do it. It's not that. It seems big, but it's really not that. You're able to easily get out.
Can I? So what is swim speed? What does that look
A swim speed?
Do you have a swim
like?
speed?
No, but like swimming, what does that look like?
Oh,
Much
it's
of my movement
half
is-
your
Half
movement.
my movement.
Yeah, it's like difficult terrain if you don't
Okay.
have a swim speed.
How far down am I?
This is only about 10 feet deep in total, but you're closer to the surface. You're only about 5 feet away from the edge.
Okay, so I could successfully swim out of the water.
Yes.
Okay,
They will get an opportunity
I
attack on
would
you.
like. Can I use my rabbit hop and push off the one that was grappling me, and so I don't
Yeah.
take.
Yeah, you can do that.
Okay, so I'm just gonna get out, push off the one, get up in the water, jump out, move back.
Okay, you land right next to Opal, who's ran into, or at least ran right next to the doorway. So you both are right next.
There might be something really cool at the bottom, but I don't know if we should find out. Maybe later, but you should take it. You should rest. I can rest later. I'm fine.
All right, next up, Red,
Really
is
wish I
your
could
turn.
I'll run and catch up as close as I can to pretty much everyone, I think. As I'm running back this way, do we see a sign or anything of what this is called?
Oh yeah, you see right above the door it says aquarium and prison.
Not to like be the bearer of like bad news, but I don't. This is like a nice place. It says prison on the doorway.
We're in a dungeon.
Oh yes.
Don't you want to clear this place out for your Voss Legas?
I do want to do that. But we are also tasked to get like these special items, and maybe good job with items. I can convince the vigils to come back here for free for me. I just don't really.
I think Whelm would be more than happy to wreck ship in this room. Just saying.
These crayfish are probably the closest thing to goblins.
And giants, right?
Too.
It's a giant crayfish. That has giant in the name.
He would go crazy for that.
Whoever wants to do the blood oath can. Hey, guys, you need me. You need me, guys. Look at him.
What are we
Let me
doing?
out.
Are we fighting these things, or are we gonna go take a little water ride? As I say, I'm like catching my breath.
Did anything yet?
Well, is there a door to this? We
Yeah.
lock him in, or will
Yeah, there's a door. We can come back when we're hungry. I will wait like a few feet back, like just on the outside of the door. If
Yeah.
that makes sense.
I'm gonna be honest. If I was gonna hide a magical weapon, probably the bottom there is where I would put it. But we can go for a boat ride instead.
Do I have enough to be able to use my action to see kind of in down, or do
You
I
would
get
have probably
closer?
used your action to sprint. So,
Oh, you are correct. You're right.
currently, no. Though, If you want to stick around in here, you can.
I'm gonna stay just right outside the door, just in case our
You
party decides
you
to.
are all next to each other. Ren's kind of in the back. He's shooting.
Well, here's what we can do. If you want to, because we closed the door, right? Or no?
We haven't closed it yet.
No one's closed it yet.
People are still. Good job. Yeah.
I think if I can run up there, thunder wave, like everyone away, then we can kind of look in and be like, item in there.
I see what you're saying.
That's a good idea. All right, that's the end of your guys' turn. Yeah, you guys hear things now. Now that you're not in the water, you hear the sounds, strange sounds. From where you're standing, you can see what looks to be 4 tiers. The bottom tier there's 4 tiers of this terraced aquarium. On the top tier, you can see what look to be crayfish. The next one looks to be crawdads, and it's hard to make out what's on the 3rd and 4th tier. The 4th tier is
There's crawdads.
The first one's crawdads, giant crawdads. The second one's giant scorpions.
Oh, scorpions.
The third one you can't make out, but you can see that there is water there. And then the 4th one doesn't look like there's any water at the bottom of it. I say it's the 4th level, but it's like just the bottom of it.
Yeah.
But it looks like there might be movement down there. And some pretty nasty, awful noises.
Yeah. Death machine.
All right.
Super fitness.
Opal, you are up. It's your turn.
So what are we doing? Are we leaving or am I smashing or?
Well, Max seems to think that there is something down below. Gander, I think I heard Ren in the back saying he could push everything away from us, so maybe just hold?
Okay.
If you guys end up choosing to like go out of the hallway, we can take you guys out of the initiative. If you'd like to kind of have a little bit more
I guess that's...
and like close the door. Or if you want to kind of do something right now, we can keep going in the initiative.
It's up to you two. You two are the only ones inside.
Why don't you send Missy down there?
And Misty go through water.
You don't
It's not like a full thing. It's like opened, terraced down.
Oh.
So it's only like a 10-foot wide, but rectangular pool of water. It's like a loop, and then another loop, and then another loop.
Misty down.
Yeah, so going back to what we're looking at here with the aquarium and prison, whatever that means. Poisson.
Oh wait, is there a door on the other end?
You see what looks to be, from Misty, the top row is like a standing area that you can look. And then next up, there's like a very thin glass thing that separates each one of these down, but you can like look in, so you can look into the side. At the top one, you see the crawdads. Second one, you can see...
The scorpions.
Second one, scorpions. So crawdads, scorpions. This one, you probably have to make an intelligence check, but there's definitely a few of them actually. And at the bottom, you see a few large creatures. I need you to make a history check to see. Opal.
Bardic inspiration.
I can only give that on my turn, which I could have, but I didn't say so. Next time I'll give you some.
A 10. It's not too hard to tell. You might not know what on that third row, but you do get a count, and you do get the bottom one because they're fairly recognizable creature. Top one, you see in total 6 giant crayfish. The second one, 6 giant scorpions. The next one, 4 giant something in waters. They look like some sort of mix of like not necessarily a mermaid, but like half fish, half reptile, half lion thing. Super gross. And then the bottom row looks like there is 3 manticores with their wings clipped. Whoa. They seem like they want to jump up. Their wings are not able to help them get off the ground enough to get out of here, and they look pretty hungry as well.
I think we should leave.
Is this what's in the third?
Yeah, I'll get a picture of it as well.
These
Now, DM, do we see a door on the other side of it? This is like just a room that's just a dead end room.
You do see at the bottom of the manticore looks like some sort of gate or exit down there. This is what it looks like.
What the what is that?
That
that's cool.
is called a sea lion. Literally.
That's not a sea lion.
I know. It said 6 or 4 sea lions. Oh, easy. And I looked at that. Oh,
Wait, so are you moving out of the room then, or?
I don't want to stay in there.
Okay.
all right.
I just can't. I won't say anything because no more metagaming from me. No more cheating from this guy.
Are you closing the door, Opal? It's your turn.
I think, Mac, isn't Mac still in there, or did Mac step out?
I assume that you would be able to grab Matt, throw him through, and close the door. All right, you guys are out of initiative.
Okay, here's what I was gonna say. If we take care of the crawdads, we can just kind of pick everything else off from above, right? Not to kind of cheese our way out of this, but
That's true. They may know Kiki. Maybe.
That is the same creature as not Kiki, but the Kiki's buddy,
Servant.
the servant. This one does not seem to be able to talk.
Dang it.
These ones are not intelligent like
Now,
that.
I know that you guys all, you swing your sword, you do your thing, but like, it takes a lot of work for me to like cast some spells, Like I'm not like an infinite pool of, awesomeness.
that's dumb.
Alright. But right.
Boat ride.
About that I
You hear the door behind you.
But Ren, I have a proposition for you though. It sounds like you are really interested in trying some of those like crayfish meats,
Let's
Well-
just let one through the door.
Take it down to the microwave.
You'd have to attach metal to it.
No, if we
Yeah.
carry it in a metal basin.
Oh my gosh.
Just roll it. Like,
Are the kayaks metal by chance?
what? Say that again?
Are the kayaks metal? The canoes?
No, they're wood. They're just normal kayaks. Yeah.
okay.
Ren, once this is like all done, and we have
Maybe there's one that's
and there's one and we have some like free time, you can kill and eat all of those fish and creatures in there for free. It's all yours.
No, it's ours. We're eating it together. That's the spirit of a crawfish boil.
Yes.
He's just trying to get you to work for free.
We'll do it. We will do it together, Ren.
Yes. Okay, I like this. Yeah, we'll come back here.
We'll yeah.
We can
All
even
right.
invite some of my old lackeys that we that are back in my camp.
Hey, so
Alright.
if we go on this like boat ride, what are we gonna do with like Alaya? Like, where is this gonna take us?
We'll just imagine she returns. She'll just vortex walk to us. Please.
Yeah, she'll find you guys. All right,
Okay.
Are you guys just heading? I will say this, Mac, you do look pretty rough.
Yeah, I do.
Are you planning on getting any healing before you?
Yeah. Any healing to be had, honestly.
I have no hint. That a bard does. I don't.
I think bards can have
They
healing.
can,
They
and
can.
I next level up. I probably will take some healing.
You probably should.
Probably should. I heal you.
Almost got it. You could also take another short rest. We've only taken what you could wait.
2 hit dice left.
Your hit dice is 2
I
hit
shall
dice.
give you 10 HP. 10.
Okay, maybe we should also take a short rest of it.
Well, I have a pencil.
Alright.
Are you gonna take a short rest?
Yeah, let's take a short rest.
I don't get anything back on short rest. I get bardic inspiration. That's the only thing. So
Hey,
I will. What?
use 2.
I did use 2. So I will use a third one, and I will give you bardic inspiration at the very end of my short.
So it's still got 9 minutes.
Yeah. Well, still got 9 minutes, and then I'll get my back. Is that too cheesy?
I'm fine with it.
Okay.
Don't do it every time because that's annoying, but
Okay.
it's fine.
Fine. Yeah.
I also think Brandon still has a bardic inspiration.
I do.
I don't think
Well,
it's quite been 10 minutes, has it?
if you just took a short rest, then it has been.
Then it hasn't. Unless you use it to do something really cool during that short rest.
Yeah, I did a kickflip.
Make a kickflip check.
On a canoe, using
A
a canoe.
kayak. Damn.
Yeah. I'll make that kickflip check.
Do an ollie.
19 plus performance.
Yeah, you got it. You used to do this all the time back in the day in the village.
I was the coolest. Yeah. Everyone. Yeah, it was crazy.
Super
Take it
cool
to one
kid.
damage.
The cool status effect.
Yeah, my parents were worried about me at the time.
Yeah.
Thought I was maybe getting into some shady stuff, but no, it was cool.
All right. With that, you guys head back. There's canoes, there's water, there's blind fish, there's BO water, there's kayaks, 6 of them.
Does it still tastes like BO.
Are you gonna taste it again?
Do you taste it again?
Is he still bathing? And I'll kind of.
It seems like it's not as strong, but it's like it's probably
Finger.
there. It's getting clean. It's filtering out.
Yeah. Okay.
So I've never been on a canoe before.
It's just like a
Make
normal
sure
boat.
to rock side to side to stay afloat.
Okay, Ren, you are from an island. I would trust your opinion. How do I ride a canoe? Can I ride with you, maybe?
You're
Well, Donnie was gonna ride with me,
Oh,
but
I do think that we should have Ren and Red ride together because she's in full plate armor and probably needs the lightest person to go with her.
Who's the lightest person? Probably you. But who's going to go with Donnie?
Wayne will go with Donnie.
Maybe Donnie can turn into a canoe and just take
Yeah.
himself.
Like Elastic.
float.
Yeah, he just
Plastic.
emulsifies into the water.
Yeah.
Eats a fish on the way down.
Yeah, he really does turn into just a blob in there. I like that. I've been teaching him how to swim, so he's pretty good at it.
You notice that his swimming is literally just partially dissolving.
Yeah.
It's a little more wet.
I was imagining him doing.
He's like a dog when you get him skinny afterwards just because he can't.
And then they shake it all off and
He
he's
shake off and he gets all frothy.
What are you saying, Opal? Sorry, I didn't mean to talk over you. All right. Okay, what's the order on how we're going down this
Me first.
wild ride?
Me first.
Opal and Mac, you're in the first boat. And then Red and Ren in the next boat, and then we'll have Donnie floating along with y'all.
Yeah.
Okay. You guys get these set up. The water's kind of briskly moving, so you kind of have to hold it. One of you is gonna have to hold it and get in, and the other one's gonna have to jump in as it starts moving down the stream. But you can do that. You guys time it so that way you're all kind of heading out at the same time, or
I think so.
yeah.
I do want to ask: is there anything we can use as a paddle or anything? Just at least turn us. Is it just our hands?
I have an answer.
If
I'm
we're going, I want to put a hand in so we can turn. Or
You guys
whatever.
can use your weapons and try to use those for paddles. They're not great, but
I think an axe would be a pretty good paddle.
Axe would be good, probably. Oh, heavy.
It'd be a
Big
motor
weapon.
if I spin it fast enough.
Like
that, or you could just have it be steering paddle in the back. So
Oh, the
you know-
rudder.
the rudder, yeah, exactly.
It's pretty
That
good.
too.
It doesn't know. The hard thing is, it doesn't look like you might the water flows with the cave. So hopefully, it can kind of just direct itself with the canoe.
Okay.
Okay.
Let's hope so.
You guys jump in the boats and you start heading down. You're kind of getting amped up as well. You're oh, this is going to be super fun. We're going to go for kind of a wild ride.
And then
Well-
Crawdad attack.
7 crawdads come out of the walls and eat you. No. It only takes a few minutes until you find it.
Just
You're in there for about a total of 15 seconds as you exit into the next room. Upon doing so, we're back. We're in the prison.
Guys, I think
Dude, that would be so bad.
just puts us under the bottom tank.
this is the feeding tube.
Dude, that would be
No, you see,
worse.
someone grabs the canoe as soon as you guys come through, pulls it down out of the stream, and it's you, Opal, and Mac, and you see 9 swords point towards you as you guys are sitting there, and you see a guy with a really curly mustache, and he's twiddling it as he's holding his sword. He's like,
Yeah.
"You have found us, but you will not survive.
Who are you?
My name is Sir Bluto, the famous bandit highwayman.
You don't sound too sure about that.
Silence! Now drop all your... Oh, grab the next one! Grab the next one! As the next one's pulled out of the water. And, all right.
Starts his little monologue.
I am Sir Bluto.
Yeah.
This is where we have spent the last 2 weeks hiding out from the law. And we are here to steal your goods. Drop everything that you have of value.
Can I say when they caught us, when a kid looks at you because you complete disgust and judgment of how dare you stop me from doing what I wanted to do. I wanted to ride this canoe. So I'm not happy. I'm like,
Are you sure you want to do that? Max gonna pull. He's gonna attempt to.
You can definitely attempt it.
He's gonna lick his lips. Have that weird look in the eye.
You know.
What?
What? Oh wait. I'll let you do this.
He's gonna put on his. He knows he looks crazy when he does certain things, so he's gonna put on his crazy face.
I'll just be like,
When does he knock out his crazy
He's gonna
face?
laugh.
you see this guy? You see? He's
No.
stab happy.
That's a
Y'all are
nine.
gonna turn into pin
A 9?
cushions. Y'all are gonna turn into pin cushions if you don't let go.
He's a little bit wet.
You've been wet.
Your crazy face?
I'll look at
I just got wet, and so I'm a little bit extra fluffy because I will get a little bit frizzy right after
I'll look at this guy. Oh, sorry. I need to let you finish having this thing. What happens as she does that? Excuse me.
He kind of just sighs and says, "Come on, we'll let you live. Get out of here. Go on your ride. We'll even let you take the kayaks. It's
No.
up to you. Just give us all your valuables."
Now listen.
I see some pretty.
Now you seem like an entrepreneur yourself. You come here. You're looking for gold. You seem like you know your way around highway, to say it, right?
I have been known.
Well, do I have a proposition?
Man,
I have a proposition for.
what you good at?
You see, I am in the process of trying to transform this area into the most lucrative business expense. Now, I think that I could use some. I'll look around at all the swords and the people. Some men of your caliber to help me in this endeavor. I can pay quite the fortune. Not now, but I will be able to pay quite the fortune when this works out.
I'm sure you will, and you will be paying it now.
No,
Give us all of your goods.
you misunderstand.
No, I don't. You misunderstand. This is a robbery. I don't care. You know what they call this place? This mountain? They call it a toilet. The riddle, like the translation for the name for this place is toilet. You're in a toilet. You're not going to make it. Now give me all your stuff.
Oh. That's what I've been trying to tell him.
Are we like surrounded?
Yeah, you're surrounded.
Hippity dippity.
You can do whatever you want. They do seem like they're getting impatient. Just so you know.
Can I stab him?
This is like probably the last thing that you
Can I stab
do.
him?
This will be our last warning for you guys. But I do need to ask, do you really think receiving such petty things will give you happiness in life? You're already hiding in a toilet, one, and you've been here for how long? And you're seeking objects that will not get you any cleaner, better, what? None of that. What value in the end of this do you receive? You receive nothing except the loss of your lives if you refuse. I could honestly tell you a little bit about religion if you'd like.
Would you like to do persuasion or intimidation check? Which do you feel like this is more?
It's more of a persuasion.
You do have a bardic inspiration, just saying.
Persuasion!
Roll it. At the
Can I have advantage?
no.
You got bardic inspiration.
You don't have to use bardic. You can save that for when you make weapons too. If you feel like.
Oh, there's no saving it.
You got that one.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Which also they've already chosen to be in a crap.
There's one guy's like, shut up, Larry. Attack! And we will roll initiative. You might have convinced them at some point if you were. That was actually a good line of thinking, but you just the dice went with you.
I don't even remember what I got. 'Cause I kept rolling.
Wait, we don't get a bonus when we're next to you for initiative too?
Yes.
It was- Oh, I don't remember what I.
That's even.
Do they get the bonus as well?
No.
Just check. Just check.
I
Sorry.
That's 3.
That's 3.
All right. Dang.
gonna bleed.
I tried warning them, but
So did Mac.
no, deer turn into pincushions.
I tried to get them to turn their life around too, you know?
No.
You guys really did.
We gave them apple.
Ample opportunity. I was actually kind of hoping you guys could persuade them, and you guys could go and do a crayfish fry. That'd be awesome. You know,
them to the
just so you know, the leader may be not listening. But doesn't necessarily mean like his goons aren't willing to.
After Mac, you know, there's a couple of women that chased him out.
Yeah, they may put their weapons down and be like,
All right,
reconsidered your option.
25 to 20.
25.
Holy cow!
Nice.
He was ready to go.
21.
I also got 21.
21. Isn't that what you got last time?
Yeah.
Sure is.
Don't you have a little alert feat, and so does Opal?
Yeah, I have a +6 to my initiative.
Dude, I've come around on the alert feat. I used to think it was like kind of like I knew it was good. Like I was like, yeah, this is good, but it's kind of like a boring choice. Not gonna lie, seeing the two of you guys have alert.
Mac. Ren. All right, 20 to 15.
14.
All right, Opal.
12 for me. Red. Always going last.
You need
Okay.
a weapon of warning. Good advantage on
Mac, you are up first.
Go for the leader.
So what's the problem?
He's gonna go for it.
Okay, who are you attacking?
He's gonna go for curly mustache.
Did we even get a name? Oh, we did.
Bluto.
Zabluto.
Oh, Mac. Coming for
Like
you,
that.
curly mustache. Cool. A reckless tech.
He'll be known as Corpse here pretty soon.
Okay. 18.
18 will hit. Barely.
Okay.
Whoa. Barely.
These guys are not necessarily like unequipped, just so you know
Oh,
this.
sorry. I meant to say I go into a rage too.
Perfect, that's fine.
Sorry about that.
Was this a reckless attack?
It was.
Yes, it was.
Okay, good.
I didn't. I forgot to say that too.
No, you said reckless.
Did I?
Yeah,
Okay.
you said reckless.
Good. Okay. 12 points of damage.
Okay.
Going in for my second attack. Good thing I had advantage. That is that's a 17.
A 17 will miss.
So it is.
Okay. Cool. Yeah, we're gonna go with that.
All right.
Actually, I would like to move around him so that someone can get flanking with me.
Okay. It is hard because you are surrounded,
Guys.
so you'd have to be able to pass through. And since you're small, you're not
Right.
smaller than them, you can't pass.
Can I get side of him? Maybe not behind him, but
You can like make enough movement so that way one of your teammates could also attack in melee, but you probably
I
can't
couldn't
get,
get
to,
flanking.
you
Okay.
can't get flanking in
What if I
because
jump?
you could jump and try to get over it.
Nah. Okay.
Do it next.
All right. Next up, Ren, you are up.
Do my range
Okay.
jump. I don't think I need.
Well, you had also rate.
Okay. Yeah.
What's the like array right now? How are they situated?
We're in a donut. Right?
A donut.
Like we're in the
So-
center. I
Okay,
think.
I do want to cast suggestion on the captain guy. The boss.
It's kind of like this, like the stream. The stream's right behind you. They pulled you out in the canoes, and they're just like circling you.
Okay.
And there's how many?
9 in total, 8 goons and the leader. They don't look like your run-of-the-mill bandits, just so you know.
Okay. To the leader, I'll say I'll try to like diffuse the situation since it kind of just barely broke out. I'm like, hey, yeah, let's settle down. Hey, have you ever had a crawfish boil? There is huge crawfish back there that I think if we all teamed up, we could, work something out. What do you say? And I want to cast suggestion. So he needs to make a wisdom saving throw.
That is a unnatural 20. I'm sorry. He's like,
Ah!
dude.
Silver bars.
Silvery barbs? Okay.
Silver bars. Haven't used that spell at all.
That is a 12. Does that save? Does that fail?
DC is 13.
He fails. I love.
That's right.
He's like, you saw the crawfish room? There were so many of them. We ran away.
I know, but I think together we have enough power to really power through that.
Whoa. Is everyone willing to like stop fighting?
I mean, I did start off by like,
Yeah,
Matt, and then you're like, whoa.
yeah, he did try to. Since I cast Silver Barbs, I feel like I knew kind of how Ren was using this. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Mac will be disappointed, but he got enough of a moral compass that
It's not just gonna keep killing them. I was like, you do drive a hard bargain. I'll tell you what. If you cook the meanest crawfish you've ever tasted for all of us, we'll think about let you leaving here without any issues.
oh, trust me. If you help us out, there will be plenty of crawfish for all of us and more. We'll be stuffed.
what are the goons feeling like? Like, did they stop as well, or are they
They're like-
like? Okay, so they are kind of.
Are you guys starving? What have you guys been eating in here? Blind cavefish?
Yeah,
There's better
baby
things.
foods. We just kind of been holding out.
I hate it when we negotiate. What does this job though? I'm a little teary.
Look, guys, we really messed up. Our last heist wasn't supposed to be this bad. It was fine. These pansies don't know what it takes to be a real criminal. You know what I'm saying?
I hear ya. They just
Look.
need some food in their bellies.
They seem fairly, now that their leader's kind of on the same page. They're like, okay. We can do a tentative truce to deal with the crawfish and get some food because we are really hungry.
And then we can settle this all out after.
Okay. If you don't bring to fruition what we expect, you guys are done. Gonzo.
And I would expect nothing less. I mean, that's understandable. But I mean, you guys need to help out too. You guys know this place better than we do. You know,
I mean, we
like,
walked down this hallway, found the sweet canoe thing. We've just been riding it ever since.
understandable.
Looking around, while this is talking, I'm just what is our surroundings now that we're not like sword
middle.
point? Yeah.
It looks like they set up kind of a camp in here.
Okay.
Yeah. And like it looks like they, they have some goods that they've probably acquiesced from somehow. From what you could assume, they may have been leaving here and then.
I am gonna ask. I'll say, okay, so this water is lukewarm, right? Do you know if a place is there like a warmer reservoir of water in here, or because we need to boil these crawdads alive if we want them to taste really good.
Well, we never went down. There is one thought. We did do a little bit of exploring, not too much exploring, but if you go down the middle path, see, you think about this. We've come into the middle of a. We're on one side of the volcano, and then there's another path that looked like it. That would.
So you're suggesting
Suggesting
the white plume above this mountain is steam from a giant crab pot.
Yeah, maybe. I'm no expert on this kind of. But if I were going to, this is where I would cook my giant crayfish.
I'll turn to the group and say, what do we think?
Well, I don't think that we have much of an option here, so I think it is best to take care of the crayfish problem.
The thing is, if we want to use giant boiling water at the middle of this volcano, we'd have to have the crayfish chase us all the way through this dungeon to get the.
I was just leading up to. We would need to lead the crayfish all the way there.
Can they even fit through the door?
Yeah, they can fit. These are like. They're giant crayfish, but they're not like.
They're not bigger than like a
Enormous crayfish. These are like people-sized crayfish.
like the size of like a horse. Maybe.
No.
Yeah.
Ren,
You could lead them through.
is it possible to just, kill the crayfish and still have them delicious?
They won't be as delicious, and I think for our friends here, they really deserve the best.
You did promise us the best crayfish.
I did.
What if that metal canoe? Can we just light a fire? I guess the whole thing isn't too big. Put water.
Yeah, there
Can we
is
just
that.
light it?
So, let me get this straight. You haven't left really this room. You haven't come down or nothing?
We like poked in a little bit.
What did you see?
Stuff. Like down the middle. Like we went down the right path, and there was some nasty goo in the middle of the path, and we're like, yeah, I don't. So we turned back. Figured that was not the place. We made it through the microwave hallway, and we're like, it's really not worth it. And so that's how we got all the way here. But before we went down the middle path, it opened up into this giant room with a big pool in it. There was something swimming around in there. And so we're like, oh, we're going to go out of here. So,
Okay, but before the big boiling pool, there was no.
no, it wasn't, that one wasn't boiling. It was also lukewarm, but it seemed like it was flowing towards us. So maybe it was cooled down from the middle part.
And you haven't gone further down this river then?
That's before the boiling lake.
We could do loops. This doesn't take you to the boiling. It's just the rocks in there are really hot, so it's kind of like a sauna. It's pretty nice. You guys should try it out.
Wait, so just Chase, just from my understanding, so they have gone down the river and it's just a loop.
Yeah, it just loops around.
You just take it around.
Yeah, we just keep doing this like we've been doing it for like
Nice.
2 weeks. It's super fun.
So the room that we're in, is it? I see. I understand. So they've just been,
Yeah, we've just
Yeah,
been
now-
chilling out here in the corner of this dungeon
and there's no.
for 2 weeks.
Well, I think that we must go take care of the crayfish.
I can ritually cast speak with animals. Maybe I could talk one into following.
No, talking them all into following us.
But
Backs up.
I will say, when we poked our head in the...
So that just means there's more food.
I don't know if I want to eat a scorpion. I mean, I've seen them in candy, but I've never eaten them.
No, but I
Gross. I don't
I
think anyone
did-
actually.
there were some sea lions. Haven't you ever heard of the delicacy of like lion meat?
Are you making this up? Have you ever had lion meat? Sea lion meat? This is a over-the-table question.
Oh.
I need you to make it... Because he was green! Nothing green to be
We'll make a deception check.
Make it...
Of course, that's just my luck. Now,
Duh. Sea lion sounds awful, but crayfish is where it's at.
Well, I
Yeah,
can
I
try.
think if we can talk the crayfish and be like, hey, there's a ton of food further in, and they chase, or even if they chase us, they want to eat us anyways.
look, I don't know if it is worth the time to try to boil them alive. I gotta say.
Okay,
But
then here's what
we-
we should do. We
make
have that
all the
metal
food-
canoe. We boil
We
water
have-
in there.
we have the best cook that I think any of us have ever met. They're actually back a ways, right? But
Oh.
I think even if we just kill the crayfish, and they're maybe not as best as like cooking them alive, I think that they could make them taste even better.
No, I've had crayfish that have been cooked after they've been killed.
Small
It's
crayfish?
disgusting. You promised me the best crayfish.
No, I did. Which is why we can boil them in the canoe. It'll be
The
just
canoe-
big hot.
You could. Are you going to hold it in there with the boiling water? It's too big for a canoe.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, these aren't like crayfish. This is like human-sized
Yeah, these are like
crayfish. A canoe probably couldn't boil an entire one.
I mean,
Well, then let's
could
heat up
boil-
this river.
and just have half the amount of meat. I love that we're just sitting around
Yeah.
talking about how to.
so there's nothing else in this room at all.
I mean, unless you want to go through their stuff.
Not yet. Well, I think that either way we have to go crayfish.
So am I ritually casting this or not?
It is your decision.
No, okay, no, here's an idea. You convince them to go take a ride in the river. While they're going around, we heat the river.
Oh!
How
How are you gonna eat?
are you going to heat the river?
Build lots of fires like beef.
Yeah.
Do that?
Just whip.
A lot of fire.
I'll just do it.
Yeah.
One issue I would say though
roll
that Opal, I would like you to make an intelligence check for me, if that's okay. I'm using Opal to break your logic.
Thank you.
This is the stupidest I've ever been in this game. I just want to make that clear.
I have a
But I
question.
want this so bad.
Ooh. That's a 2.
With a 2, you can realize that if you build a bunch of fires in an enclosed space, you'll probably smoke yourself out.
Yes.
I have a question.
Yes.
Create or destroy water doesn't specify if the water can be boiling water. It just says you create water. Could there be an argument made?
I think that's very interesting. I don't think that's how the water is intended because it's not doing damage. It's not doing fire damage.
Now,
Are we really doing damage to these crawfish?
Yes, that's literally what cooking does. Remember when you guys fell in the boiling mud and literally Clarence just boiled to death?
We could put them in the boiling mud and then fish them out.
Yeah, boiling mud would be. It ruined the flavor.
All right.
Look, I will say, these guys are expecting, like, straight from alive to cooking crawfish. Like, I'm just saying, that's what he's expecting.
One crawfish is big enough to feed like all of us, right?
You could do one crawfish.
Okay. So we go in, we kill all the crawfish except for one, and we lead that one to somewhere boiling.
Yeah.
But if we can lead all of them, all the better.
That means that you wouldn't have to kill any of the other ones.
And we would have more meat.
You know, I'm not telling you what to do because I'm the DM. You guys tell me what you're going to do.
What Chase, this is a dumb train of thought. So we're just I'm trying to figure out this real quick. Wall of fire.
Sears, not boils. So you could use that to boil water though. Like
The river, perhaps?
mayhaps the river be boiled with wall of fire. There's a better likelihood of being able to get boiling with that. It's just a lot of water. You see how long this loop is?
Yeah, it just
It can
doesn't
cool
work.
down pretty quick. That's the hard part.
Okay. We destroy the cold water, replace it with warm water.
It's already lukewarm. It's pretty warm
Hot
already.
water.
Oh, are you talking about the water in the aquarium?
No,
Or-
but
How do you even? That's so much water.
That is so much
So,
water.
like,
And the thing is, both of them have so much water that unless you had a way of heating it up, like, instantly.
can we convince them that it will be? What's your thought?
No, I had a thought, but this is your guys' show, not mine.
if we had like a wire go from the microwave room to the river, it would heat up and eventually boil the river.
You're not wrong. I was thinking about something with the microwave room.
Not melt it, because so far every single piece of metal that we have had has melted.
None of the metal melted. It just got hot. Not even the gold
we-
coins. It just burnt holes through your.
I see. Do we even
And
have
else,
fire?
if it's touching the water, it would distribute the heat.
All right.
So if we have copper pieces,
Yeah.
they're highly conductive. We just line them up all the
You
way to
put-
the river.
What I'm talking about. All the way to-
Okay. Looking around, do you happen to have any copper wiring on you?
No, I don't. We don't. Why would we have copper wire on us? I love this idea.
The dumbest idea.
Wait, in the last treasure hoard, wasn't there a ton of coppers?
Yeah, didn't you guys get a ton of silver pieces? I think it was.
Yeah, we did, but I'm not gonna.
The panels in the microwave room, are they affixed to the wall somehow?
They were affixed to the walls.
Could we
We could
unaffix
just
them?
take them out.
No, the question is it the panel?
It's the
And then
panels.
just put the panel.
We're not-
Then just put the
We can
panel into the aquarium.
Or stick something metal in there,
Yes.
right?
It might take a while, but eventually it would probably start boiling.
Especially if we put like a ton of metal, like all of our metal.
If you put a ton of metal in there,
Yeah.
and if you were able to take off some of these panels, for a while, like if you took a little bit of time and did this, you probably could do it.
I think that's the best. That's the best mode of action. I think we have 8 more guys. We go in there and we get one of those panels.
How much
We take-
we can take a long rest, maybe while we wait.
And cook it.
And cook it while we wait for. It's gonna take like 8 hours for that thing to boil.
It probably could be a long rest to just slow cook those crawdads.
Okay, wait, but
I
I
could-
could slow cooking them better than flash boiling them. I'm gonna do some research. Continue.
Yeah. See if it's better to flash boil or slow cook
No,
crawdads.
no. Okay, so if we're following this train of thought, because we're stuck here now.
Yeah, this is where we're at.
We're stuck here now. Assuming, because I could use a long rest, because I'm low on spells.
I could definitely.
You could move on. Yeah, it is what it is. We could keep going, but either way, I think we have to go through prison somehow. I think that's our only option of moving forward, because we saw a gate at the very end of it. This is just above tabletop.
Yeah, you're
just showing up. We go, we convince these guys, we go back, we get some panels, right? We take the panels into the crawdad room, chuck them in there, right? Throw some metal in between them, you know what I mean? Set things up, right? Take a long rest, wake up in the morning. Good
It
evening.
is better to cook them fast. I just discovered.
Is
There is no way we can flash boil them. I'm sorry.
unless we boil the water.
We heat the river
Yeah.
and then get the crawdads into the river.
Just float them down the river
Tell them float around in boiled water.
and pull them out once they're red and juicy.
Yeah, we just
They're
get
not
the hook
going-
and just pull them out.
What's going to keep them in the water?
Tie 'em up.
How are you going to tie that thing up? I watched they grab you.
I don't know. I'm not the one who's trying to cook stuff over here.
No, when you get it in the water, it should die because it'll.
Here's the thing.
Boil it.
Do they know it's better to flash boil them? Ren's just been talking about boiling.
You know, you can cook them at any level that you want to. But they might, become hostile again if it's not satisfactory cooking.
It'll be satisfactory.
Okay.
Yeah,
well,
they'll taste and be like, it could have been better.
Elia has seasoning to make it better.
okay.
She's got that.
You can't save it with seasoning.
She's got that.
You know-
that bay. The
Seasoning the water would
That would help.
season the river with some Old Bay.
Okay. So here's the thing, though. Right? How long do they have to be in boiling water before they die?
8 hours is long.
Well, they should die pretty quickly, but it's like 5 minutes that they should be in there, and then they're done.
Right. Exactly. So if we get them into the water, what takes them 30 seconds to die once they're boiling?
They're giant. You are thinking about the whole crap.
I think it's like immediate death. That's what I'm thinking.
You guys can test this. You do have some boiling mud farther back in the direction that you came.
But again, we have to get them to jump over the non-frictionless. Like,
It's true.
it's just there's a lot.
Well, we've got multiple crayfish to try this on. So, shall we get the first one?
You can do this one at a time.
Well, let's just start by getting our microwave room panels.
And heating up
And start
the
heating the
water.
water.
River.
We can take a long rest, and then we can start our cooking.
Is that
whatever.
feasible?
Anything's feasible in this game. This is D&D. We can do whatever.
Okay, but like we could feasibly like do that.
You guys there's gonna be rolls and checks to see if this. Just so you know, like this is D&D.
Sure.
We're all on the edge of our seat, but I want this to happen as.
Okay, I'll look at the.
It happens. We're done. We get the weapon and we leave.
Yeah,
Maybe we
I
could
look
do
at
that.
I look at this guy and I say, we're going to need some muscle. The best meal that we can. We'll need your help.
That's fine. We promised we'd help, but once you can eat only so many blind cavefish until you really just desire the sweet, tender meat of a good crayfish.
Yeah.
Cracking over one of those giant claws and just digging in. Oh,
Well, let's make this a reality, shall we? Mac's gonna lead the way back towards the microwave room.
is it alright if we take a 5-minute break
Yes.
and then we'll jump back into it?
Let's do it.
Yes. I do maybe need to be done by like 9:30-ish. Is that okay?
That's okay.
What time is it?
It is 9 o'clock, basically.
Oh,
You doing all right, babe? Are you just kind of... Join the cause of cooking crayfish.
So I will stay in this room, I think. There's not really much I can, besides be a decoy, maybe. Lead them. But
Alright, we're back.
okay. We're gonna head to the microwave room, grab some panels.
Okay.
4? 2? How many panels?
It's probably been not a full hour, so your rope is still up.
yeah, I was gonna say we probably have time.
It
Been like 10 minutes.
hasn't really been that long. The panels are affixed to the wall. How are you planning on unaffixing them?
Without metal.
Yeah,
Does
Mac's
anyone
gonna.
have, like a pick or something?
A what?
Like a pick?
Okay.
Like a little hammer?
How?
These are like a big copper plate that's attached to the wall.
How big are these copper plates?
Like, probably like a
We see a lot.
6 foot by 6 foot plate.
Okay.
Okay.
This is
Is
like
there a way to
tabletop.
get behind the plate? Like get something behind the plate.
They are like affixed to the wall.
Okay.
Looks like maybe they're like bolted into the wall around it, but you might be able to get some leverage on one side of it.
While this is going on, I will tell Elia what has transpired, and I will bring her back to the hidden room in the river.
Just so you guys know, Bluto shows you guys a secret passage to get to the second room. Just so that way it's easier for you guys. You don't have to take the river every time. But
Oh.
if you would like to ride the river at this time, you are more than welcome.
I see. Okay. So I'll get Elia caught up
Right
with
here.
us. Interesting. Yeah, I'll get Elia caught up with us into this little room then, and I'll explain what's going on.
Okay,
Yeah.
so she can prepare all the fixing.
Yes, while you guys are doing.
Okay. The bolts. Do they look like they're screwed on, or are they just like hammered in?
Hard to tell. It looks like they are driven in, though.
Okay, not screwed in.
Yes.
Okay. Just experimentally, with all my metal off, I'm going to try and dig my hands into the side of one.
Make sure your leg's off. You did say all your metal.
Well, I'm on the edge. I'm going to keep my
So
foot
you're,
out
like,
of the way.
your foot's outside and you're
Yeah, I'm going to try and... So, no, I'll put my metal leg against the wall beside it.
and try to
So-
pull.
Yeah.
Make
It's going
a
to give me gang.
strength
Just
check.
to see how fixed this really is.
Yeah.
Can I have Donnie squeeze in behind like a kind of octopus and kind of aid with that strength check, perhaps?
That's not a bad idea either.
That's a great idea. You should do that because my...
If you rage, you have advantage.
That's a 9.
9 is not enough. It's pretty fixed on there.
Okay.
It's hard to do with your bare hands. You might need a little bit of left, or just
All right, Downey, it's your turn.
Yeah,
Don't let
it's Donnie.
Downey eat
Is
his
Donnie
way.
making a check, or do you want to make it again with the advantage?
it's up to you. Do you want to try pulling on again with Donnie helping you?
Yeah, let's do that. Does that give me advantage?
Yeah.
Do
So
I
you
just roll
can
one more, or can I roll both?
roll both.
Okay.
This is a new chat.
Okay. Better. This is strength.
Yes.
Where's my strength? Right there. The 20. Dirty 20.
With a dirty 20, it still doesn't seem like it's enough. Like you can feel it bowing in the center, and you're close, but not quite. These are fixed onto the wall.
Okay. Is there any wooden plank that I could use as leverage? Something around here? Because I don't want to use my weapon.
If you pull it and kind of get that space, I go in there and thunder wave.
Oh!
That is an option. Opal, do you have any thoughts?
Yeah, do you have any thoughts? Got anything for
Is that big hammer metal?
The big hammer. Well, yes, he is metal. You guys still don't know what he does either, because no one's been willing to turn.
Maybe one of the bandits.
Do you want to give the
Yeah.
bandits an ancient, legendary weapon? You can definitely do that.
Did we give it to them and say, go fight the crop?
Have at him.
Gladiator style.
That is actually awesome. I think we should.
Do everything?
What cantrip is it?
Water? What?
Lightning lure? It's just so much water that unless it's like something that's been like heating up the water for a while, it probably won't get to be able to.
We might want to save that though, so you can pull them into the water on the other side.
That's not a bad idea.
So instead of having to shove them in, you can just whip them in. I think that'd be great. Okay. Yeah, is there like a plank or like leverage? Anything?
Some ghoul arms,
Would those break by them?
maybe.
Now, we are going to take a long rest. Could just take the hammer or something and just
Start going at them.
rage and take the...
He does have a point. You just take the damage.
Let's do it.
So you're
Okay.
going to be in there. You're going to be trying to knock out the.
So since I'm assuming I've created a little bit of a space,
Yeah.
right? I'm going to try and go behind it as much as possible to knock it
So
out.
there's not enough space for you to climb out. There's like maybe like a.
Could they be on that, like, I'm assuming it's kind of like, almost like a doorway, right? Like, could he be on one side and with the axe just do a full into it?
No, not really, because it's like a wall, but there's no lip on it. So like the only thing that you could do now that there's like a little bit of a gap on the side is to put something in there and try to wedge it
Can I do
to
like
get
a
leverage.
hammer like that?
Uh,
Can I try and get the tip in
crowbar?
there? And
the hammer does. Maybe it does have an end on it. Let me look at it. Just so that way.
Crowbar, maybe.
Yeah, a crowbar would also work.
I swear
The
someone
hammer
has a
doesn't really
crowbar.
have like
look
hook
at that
on it.
pointy little end there.
That's
What
not
if
like that's not like a slide into like an inch wide gap like a normal hammer.
I mean,
I'm pretty sure someone has a crowbar. I swear Elias said she had a Now Chase, are all the bandits out there helping
I got it.
to do this, or
They can also help out with trying to pull.
Do the bandits not have a crowbar?
Want to take
That's
the
right
heat.
up their alley.
Okay, idea.
Mhm.
Rope. I am going to make a small opening, kind of like I did before, in the far side. So into the room. I'm going to put my rope around it, affix it to the metal canoe, and hammer that metal canoe so it yanks it out of the wall that way. Is that possible?
I think that's possible.
That way,
Basically, you're fixing it and then like hammering it a thing that's a fixer to yank it out.
Yeah.
Like tying it around your tooth and closing the door.
Exactly the same
Yeah.
idea.
Okay.
Guys, we're
We'll
smart, I think.
I can give
Alright.
you bardic inspiration.
Yes.
You're able to get the rope looped around it. Make a strength check with advantage since you are being. I assume Donnie's still back there, kind of inflating it.
Okay.
You have a bardic inspiration. That's a D8.
Okay. Gonna need it.
Did you roll with advantage?
Okay. Strength check. All right.
Above a 20.
That is a 19.
So close.
Stupid.
Are you raging?
I have a potion of fire giant strength.
Oh my gosh.
Would you like to use it?
Yes. I forgot I had that. Pinky bought that for him.
Yeah, you
Oh, Pinky. Okay.
can definitely drink your potion. Yeah, make a strength check with advantage.
What does it do? It adds.
I think it makes your strength like ludicrously high. Let me
Yes.
tell you what the
I
strength.
don't know
I can look it up.
I'm pretty sure it's like a 20 or something like that. Maybe 28.
25.
A 25.
25 for 1 hour.
25
So-
for 1 hour.
Your strength. What's your strength modifier right now?
+4.
So it's an 18. It would go up to +7.
+7.
Yes.
Okay.
For 1 hour.
Make your check. Make your check again.
Do you need another bardic?
That'd be great. Advantage again?
Hey. Yes.
Wait, I also wait. I have my totem, my necklace of my god, my talisman. I'll put it on your neck. I'll say, "This will help you," and you can add a D4 to the roll.
Wow.
Okay.
Add a D4 to it. And if you want to add the bardic inspiration, you can.
Whoops. Okay. 18 +7. Should I add the bardic? To be safe?
Do it. Max it out. Max it out.
I only have one more to give. How many plates do we need?
2. They work in tandem with one
You
another.
need at least. You need at least.
It's the space between them that gets hot.
Mm.
Okay.
Do it.
Okay.
I got one more.
What was it? 18
You
+7.
That's 25. That's already kind of cracked.
Plus 28 in total. You take Whelm. You're not attuned to him, but bam, right on that thing, and you're just roided out. It pops the rivets up. As it lands on the ground. You still have one to go. You're able to wheel that one out, not having any metal on your body.
We'll give that to the lackeys.
How you guys are going to get over the pits? You'll have to figure that out here in a sec.
5 feet.
They are 5 feet across.
Those panels are 6 feet across.
Yes, but on the other side is frictionless.
Right.
So how do you keep it?
Around it.
How do you keep it from falling into the razor blade pit? Just something to consider.
Okay, well, let's get the other one out first. Here we go. Donnie's helping me. Got
I have
everything
another
going.
D4. You can use
Bardic.
that 3 times.
Here we go. Oh no! Good. Okay.
You do a bardic.
D8 is what you said?
And a D4 to that.
May not be enough. 8, 11, 14, plus 7,
21.
21.
21 is not quite enough.
Okay. Alright. And I'm gonna give it another smack then. Can I give it another smack?
I think we need to add a factor, add a variable.
Yeah, something's got to change here.
Divine Smite.
You can't help.
I can go in and I'll Thunderwave it while you do that.
That's also an option. Like anything that you can add to help you with this, like as a party, can lower the DC. Like you just using your strength to pop it off keeps the DC pretty crazy high. But anything that you guys as a party can do to help with this check.
I'm tapped out. That's all I got. It's my bardic inspiration. Nothing else.
I'll go Thunderwave it.
Okay.
Okay.
Are you wanting to do anything, Opal? What would you like to do? Okay.
Yeah. Nothing else.
Steven. I mean, if I'm hitting it, what if we both hit the canoe kind of at the same time?
He can also hit the.
Let's do that.
Okay. Make both of you make a strength check.
There's no more heat anymore.
Because it's not
Because
directly
you
across
pulled
from
one
it.
of the things, so you could like really get in there now.
Yes, it's a lot. Yeah, that's a fair point. I mean, it doesn't reduce the amount of strength it takes.
Sure, but I'm just saying, like now you
Okay.
can.
Region, I still have the advantage.
You don't have any bardic anymore. Sorry.
Right.
Elia
Because I am
actually can give
raging.
one bardic. It's 6.
Wow. Yeah, well.
Would you like? Could you make?
But because I am raging, it's an advantage, right? Because I.
You can also make it with advantage.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
Better, worse. Same.
I mean,
you also have
worse.
guidance on. Just so you know,
That's.
or like you.
It's a 19 this time.
I have one more D4 to give.
Oh, okay. I will take that.
Take that. I'm also Thunderwaving it from behind.
Okay. Add your roll for damage for the thumb.
21.
21.
Do you think would Elia give or bardic?
Let's see what these two can do with what they're doing. An 8. Dang, that's pretty good.
An 8?
He's
waving.
Oh,
The plate actually needs to make a Constitution saving throw.
It got an 8. An 18. So, with that, and the 8 from damage, 18, 21, those are all successes. You were able to pop it off. You guys got your second plate.
Max is gonna jump up and he's gonna give you a high five.
While this was all going on, are all of the lackeys, where are they?
So, a lot of them were kind of helping heaving this off. I think Eli has recruited a couple of them to start helping her, like, get the fish out, make sure that, like, we're kind of replacing the BO water with fresh, nice water.
I was gonna bring that up.
That's definitely something Elia would do.
Yeah, she's starting to, like, kind of season it, add some stuffs in it, some bouillon cubes, things like that.
Old Bay for sure.
So it's the river is what the plan is. That's
I think the river.
Yeah.
Just because if you were in the aquarium room, they would the aquarium to attack you.
And the aquarium water's all like mossy and there's grodies in there. We don't want to cook them in that. The river seems more pure.
Yeah.
And we get
Exactly.
some of it.
You guys could also leave the fish in there and just cook the cavefish.
Nah,
I feel like cavefish would be better fried anyways.
Yeah. Let's bring the cavefish out into one of the canoes that we've filled up with water, just so we can keep them alive, you know.
Sure, that's fine.
push them towards the scorpions.
So we got those popped off, and we're gonna bring them to the.
How are you guys planning on getting it across the frictionless?
Oh, I had an idea for this. So they were like riveted into the wall.
I had a thought real quick. Sorry.
What?
Yeah.
Opal had a thought, so we just want to hear.
Yes. Sorry, I didn't hear.
Yeah, you can definitely give it a throw if you'd like to.
Second one, get out. That's 13. Very strength throw, unless I'm doing
Is anyone doing anything to kind of help her as she's going to?
Definitely.
Well, I think there should for sure be someone on the other side to catch it, like to
Sure.
stop it.
Yeah.
I think that'd be good.
Yeah, I think that's fine. Like someone's on the other side to try to catch. They are pits, so it could have a chance of falling in the pit. Like you could have done something preemptively if you had an idea.
Question.
Yes.
The frictionless portion,
Yes.
is that magic or is it oil? Like, what is it? Like,
No one's done a check. Would you like to do it?
I don't have the technique, but I can maybe do just an Arcana check or something. Or no, it's got to be.
Would you like to?
By the microwave.
The frictionless floor does seem like, and it's not just on the floor; it's on. Just in case you thought that you could go that way.
Interesting. I would say Elia does have dispel magic. I know that that could also be an.
So if someone has dispel magic, you could dispel the magic on the frictionless portion, and a 13 would definitely be able to get it.
Can we use Elia? Assuming we're taking a long ride. Seems like that's kind of what we decided.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, you're probably gonna have to wait 8 hours to get the water boiling anyway.
Yeah.
In the river.
Right.
Before you do the cookout.
Right. So, could she use dispel magic on this? Okay.
I think that's fine. Like, oh, you're fine. It's a lie that we're having cast it.
Okay. You're gonna chuck it across the first one, and then we'll chuck it across the second one. You wanna do that?
Yeah. Roll again.
And I would like to.
Yeah, roll with advantage this time.
That's 24.
24 easily clears it. It goes back into the fake room. So then you're able to pull it out.
Okay, we're gonna get it set up.
Okay, that's one plate. You still have the other one that's got to get across there.
Oh yeah.
So with that 24, I think you're pretty easily able to get the rest of them up there. Now, the question is, how are you going to keep these guys held up with metal in between them on a floating river?
So here's my
You could-
thought.
No.
Oh, I see.
What?
Nothing.
You see the problem here? Is that
No, I. What's your thought? I mean, I have a solution.
My thought is since it is 2 feet off the ground, right? We could bury some metal weapon in the dirt, right? To stop the tide from pulling it away. Like the hammer.
you want to use the legendary glowing
This is no use to me. I'm not going to turn
Artifact.
into a dwarf.
How could you do this to me?
How much do these things?
A 6 by 6 foot copper disc. Probably the weight of. I'm spitballing here. I think like 100 pounds at
Okay.
least, if not more.
All right. Then I can't help. But an easier way, instead of fixing it side by side, you could put just one on the ground, and then you'd affix it up in the air or up to the ceiling.
How would we do that, though?
Do the bandits have like crates or something that we can make some of a frame and have it up there?
They do have some things. Just mind you, if anything is metallic in between those two plates, anything touching it will burn.
The hole
Yeah.
passage that the river goes through. Is there any way we could wedge the 2 plates in that hole, or at least the portion of them, enough to keep them stable and upright on either side?
Let me see how big this hole is.
Because if
that's
they're
a good question.
spherical, then if it's 2 feet off the ground and they're 6 feet tall, they should have enough of the round part to go in, right? Yeah.
I mean, technically, the way that the river is set up, right? It goes from one end to the other. You do one hole here, the other here.
The tunnel is feet across, so its diameter is 6 feet. So it can barely slide in, but you can't have really 2 of them next to each other. Does that make sense?
So can you pull up the river?
No.
Wait, question. If we were
But
talking
I
about
don't
burying
all the way, right? Because if they're circles,
Yeah.
right, then I can put a portion, like, I don't know, just kind of in it and have it be upright, have it stay, right? Yes?
So the disc. The disc's circumference is the same size as the tunnel's circumference. So if you try to stick it in sideways, it'll kind of just get wedged in half in the middle of it, which you really can't.
Right,
put
you're not
two
talking about
discs next to
sideways.
it.
What?
You're not talking about sideways, though, are you?
Here's
What's
my
your?
idea.
So I just stick a portion of them in. So they're not in the center, right? But if I'm propping some,
Yeah, you just
sorry.
you'd have to have something that they were sitting on to prop them up, because the tunnels, mind you, this water path is 2 feet off the ground, and then it's 3 feet
okay,
deep,
I got it.
and so you can't just wheel them up, prop them in there, and keep them standing up unless you have something holding them up and also keeping them from falling.
All right,
over.
here's an idea.
Also, Brandon.
Yeah,
Brandon's had an idea.
So my idea was, instead of, or in addition to burying a weapon that's sticking into the water, why can't we just bury the plates, just the bases of them, so they are standing up, or at least lean them on the canoes?
That is an option. The flooring in here is cobbled, brick, stones, think of the classic dungeon tile.
So can we not just lean it on the canoe on both sides?
You can
plate canoe.
Do they have to be
Maybe.
exactly across from each other? Leave over
like
the
a
top?
triangle.
Yeah.
The other option along that same
From
line,
there.
right? Is the river up against a wall, or it's kind of in the middle of it?
It's kind of in the middle of the room.
Okay. We take one wheel to one side and we'll prop it up against one of the walls. We take it to the other side of the wall and just prop it up. And then we put the metal thing in the water.
Yeah, that works. Yeah.
Good thinking.
You guys are all there. I'm like, what are you doing? I'm like in the separate. What is all this ruckus?
Now, what metal are you guys using to put in the water?
Can we take one of the bandits' swords?
No, it's his.
Do you want crawfish?
Yeah, but I don't want to. Or
Look, it is better that it is your sword. I don't have any metal on me. Look at.
is that I can see your belt buckle. Like, it's not that you don't have metal on.
Well, but you need a large source of metal.
Yeah, but I don't want to use my metal.
Why not?
Well,
You're not the team player.
what about,
all of us
what
have
about her?
been.
Or what about him? He's got a big sword. Why not use his sword?
All of us have been helping out, and you've just been sitting.
Didn't you see me? I literally wheeled that one up the stairs. Do you want to go back there and wheel one of those things?
No, because they're both already here.
I want to turn to the captain guy and be like, just tell one of them to use one of their weapons.
What's that? You can say that.
I'll say what you're gonna say.
I just couldn't hear you.
The ghouls have weapons.
The ghouls just used their talons. They had like nasty finger claws.
I have 4 javelins. I'll stick 2 of them on the ground. Sulk.
As soon as you stick them in the ground, the wood starts cooking the handle down and
Is there
falls. Javelins are made out of wood.
That's true. All of them except for usually the tip.
Oh, well, then I wouldn't have done that.
You're good.
I thought that
If it's in the water, would it have cooked?
Yes, they still ends up burning the.
How
Anything
large are the canoes across?
The canoes.
We've got a metal canoe.
You guys have a metal canoe,
Right. If we put. What I'm saying is, if we put. I don't know if it'll stay up like this because you have water pushing. But if you put, depending on how wide they are, you put it against the opening of where the water is going around. Right. The water will just push it up against that.
Yeah.
You have the wheels on either side, right next to that opening.
I mean, if you just prop it up and the water pressure just keeps it against the hole,
Right. That's what I'm saying.
you
The
could
water
do
would
that.
still go around it.
That's what I'm saying.
The question is, you guys, who's going to be putting the metal canoe in the middle of this with the 2 plates?
Who says we just put the metal canoe in first and then
You would have to move the plates currently,
right where
so that way you don't get burned. But you guys can do that. That's okay.
great.
Or Mac can just.
Now we
If you want to take the damage, you can definitely do that.
we do it so we don't have to take the damage. We get it in.
Okay.
With that, you guys have a metal canoe and 2 hot plates, and you're cooking a river.
We're gonna get a long rest.
We did it.
And you guys can take a long rest, and with that, we will end the session.
So are these real quick? Are these bandits now friendly towards us? We're
The
buddy.
Yeah, you guys are they're not necessarily friendly yet, but depending on how these
Like, I guess my question is, do I need to keep one eye open sleeping?
Probably. Just remember, the suggestion will wear off and only lasts 8 hours. So
Yeah,
just
by
keep that
that
in
time,
mind.
like we're buddy, right? Everybody's hungry. Figured out a way to get the water boiling, right? Maybe the leader will be mad, but
I'll have gotten my
my thing is,
myself.
it's like, he used a spell to charm me. And he's like, but it
I am
worked out for my favor. Like, for good reason.
Okay. Well,
Okay.
guys, thank you so much. I kind of wished you guys would have had the crayfish chase you through the dungeon.
Oh, me too. I was actually so stoked about that. The only thing is that frictionless room, I had no idea how we were going to get.
All of them would have just gone.
they would have all gone tetanus, and we wouldn't have been able to eat
Super
them.
tetanus, actually.
And then we couldn't have eaten them.
Okay, I gotta say, this is probably been one of the dumbest sessions.
This is the dumbest.
That's what happens when we don't
I-
have cleric or our
Sorcerer.
yes, that person.
Yeah, it was.
Dude, why
Yeah,
did we
I'm-
fireball the water and heat it up in the first place?
No one has fireball though.
I don't think
Okay,
anyone does.
Okay,
The
no.
problem with fireball too is it has to be like a sustained heat source for a while. So I don't think that would get.
Yeah, you could
enough-
boil it quick and then it'd be done.
Oh yeah,
I
and you'd only be able to boil like a portion of it. You can't boil like the entire.
But
river.
this we can keep this going.
this will keep it hot because that's a lot of metal with the full metal canoe.
I'm loving this.
Keep it super boiling. But I
It'll
could
get
put
real
this
steamy
in.
in here. Real
I
fast.
could turn laser metal, like just if I can find a way to get just a little metal
Just-
in the water.
Part of me, my
Or
original
it
thought.
is already lukewarm.
Right.
It's not like it wasn't uncomfortable to be in.
But now it's
Fire.
gonna be even.
Yeah, it's gonna be a sauna in here once you guys get this boiling.
Is there a chance that the water will run out? Like we could steam away the water? No, you think? Is it magic? I guess it's magic.
It literally is floating in the air. I don't know. I'm not too worried about that. Yes. I hope you guys are okay with it being this shenanigan-y.
It is what it is.
I'm loving
Everyone.
I really did wish that you guys would have chased that and chased in.
Well, if it makes you feel better, there's still scorpions we could have chased.
No, I don't think that's as good of an idea. I think you guys should. The smartest thing is to do the crawfish cookout and then use these bandits to help you take out the other tiers.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
My goodness.
And then
There goes
eventually have them be your first personal bodyguards of Boss Legus.
Boss Legus.
Okay.
During the night, I'll be trying to chat some of them up about Boss Legus and get them really excited. To,
And there goes
Sounds like my kind of town.
potion of fire giant spring.
David just texted me and he was like, "Are you guys still playing?"
We're just getting off.
Yeah. Dungeon
Right.
House.
Dungeon.